It's a good day to be a gamer. After 2 years of playing online and in our houses, we are finally playing in person. We've got the teams all lined up and ready to go. We've got the casters here just brimming at the edge to get around the camera. Get up and get loud. It's game day. Welcome to the Rocket League Championship Series Fall Major driven by Ford. I'm your host, Wavepunk. I'm going to be with you all 5 days. Leaf could not make the trip. We miss him dearly. You can see him over on the B stream, though.
Oh, bro, that's cool. They're all in the room together and stuff.
And I got 3 people here who have each individually have their own story of how the year has gone, how the last 2 years have gone to get us to this point. My dear friend Gregan here. Gregan, how's it going?
Oh, it's been a wonderful journey to get to here. We had the online era, and as a European region, we had some incredible tournaments, but none will be as remembered as this event right here. Being in person is so special. There's been this buzz around the Stockholm Arena. Everyone is so excited to play. All the players, some of them meeting their teammates for the first time in person here today.
Crazy.
And honestly, I couldn't be more excited to be here.
That is great. The teammates that have lived near each other but could not see each other until this moment here. Moving down the line, James Spot. There's not many people that have been to every single land, but you and I are one of them. How does it feel to be back?
You know, so much is similar to what we've experienced in the past, but there's no denying it's a new era, and not only for Rocket League, but just for the world. And you know,
this is really live, man.
You know, before I worked at a furniture company, you were working in music at TCU.
Yeah.
And now we're here in Stockholm celebrating Rocket League 724 days since the last live event. And to see our game go from where it was in the beginning to now, it's truly mind-blowing. And I'm so thankful to the people who made it possible.
And not just to survive what was the last 2 years of COVID and pandemic and quarantine, but to thrive and to reach a new level somehow. Cole, you've been to so many of these events in the crowd. Now here behind the mic for the first time. What's going through your head?
I mean, I still can't quite believe it, to be honest. I've been working these online for a year or so now, but actually to be here in the presence of greatness of you guys, surrounded by the players that unfortunately we haven't really got to mingle with and meet in traditional seasons. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. We've had to self-isolate for 2 days in our hotel rooms just to be here. I don't envy the logistical people behind the scenes that have made this happen, but hopefully you guys watching at home will agree. I know I agree. Just being here with this beautiful, massive screen.
Is this crazy?
Look how high definition it is. It's just everything is real and wonderful and beautiful, and this is what we all deserve and our esport deserves.
There is so much excitement bristling all over the place, and so much, the fact that we made it to this point, I think there's a thank you in order for the people at DreamHack and for the people at Psyonix as well, who managed to keep a game alive and keep a community alive through crazy situations to get us to this point.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, this whole experience, you know, it was a lot of soul searching. You know, you're shut in, you're forced to think about what's important to you in life. You know, what is it all about? And for me,
Bro, this is pretty cool.
Conclusion, it's about family, it's about friends, it's about love, and it's about the community. And I truly feel that Rocket League is a special game.
Yo, what's up, Spike?
Special people at
How you doing,
Psyonix
man?
who, you know, they're having to work remotely through this whole experience to manage a game. I can't even imagine how that's possible. Casting from my basement's a lot easier, I imagine, than making a video game.
All right, so we got
Also release
NRG versus Eternity.
And also to the
Endpoint
the
versus
esports team
Renegades.
that we all know and love so dearly to
Dignitas
grind
versus
through
Verdi.
that.
Oh, and the
And
players,
to put, and the players do not lose hope.
Yeah.
Even the new region.
G2 versus
Do not give up. You know, realize we've been watching him for so long, and he's
Rock.
here now.
He's here. He's literally in this building.
He's going to be playing.
He's like through that wall. Realizes over here right now.
And obviously the Sandrock
crazy.
guys as well.
Yeah.
They've been
Players versus
working to get to
Mentality.
this stage. And all the players, even the players who've been playing since
Rock Gaming, yes sir.
We've spoken about the struggles they've had through the online era.
Yeah.
And then you've got the players who've thrived through the online era. They've given them opportunities to perform and compete at the top level. And those guys, some of them are here today. In fact, we've got so many new players here at this event. And I
It's
think
like half of them.
26 out of 48. I think is the number.
I think that's maybe slightly over half. Math is hard.
so that's
and we've been saying a thank you to everyone who has made it possible for us to get here. Thank you to you in chat for hanging out and for watching the show we put on and for enjoying the game we love as much as we do. You are as much a part of this community as we are. So let's talk about the event. Enough having fun and nearly crying. Let's talk about who is here, because I can't believe we're saying this. This is the most international event.
Bro, what's it called? I honestly want
Most
complexity.
had 4 regions. We have 6 here.
I think one of
Every
these guys
teams,
is plat
the best
at the
in
booth.
Rocket
Bro.
League, the top dogs from all over the world. I mean, every single one of them is a storyline in and of themselves. Cole, if you had to pick one team to talk about just right now, like what team's jumping off the page to you?
It's so difficult. I mean,
Yeah.
in EU,
I think
regions,
complexity
every single one of those teams
is
you
who I
mentioned right now
got.
has a unique story. But to me, it's
That'd be
the
cool if
teams
they
below in the
go
newer
deep.
regions. In Oceania, in South America,
At least win day
APAC
one.
North, you've got Tokyo Verdi, and then Middle East and North Africa. They would
But yeah, if one of them are plat, bro,
a team who, the 3 of them, have continued the grind for literal years when they didn't even know that they would ever be able to play on this stage. You think back to Ahmad playing 1v1s against Scrub Killer on Johnny Boy streams, just to say, look, I've got 140 ping and I'm still amazing at this.
dude, I just now noticed that they're all playing against each other. It's not like EU or anything against each other. It's everybody against everybody.
It's a perfect
Just now noticed that.
So many teams here, and we got to move quickly here. But James, if you had to pick another team for us to think about,
It's hard to
Rock
move
has
quickly
hype
when
all
you talk
season.
about the-
there's
David,
so much.
But yeah, this is gonna be really fun.
Scrub Killer, I mean,
Yeah.
Scrub Killer for Dignitas, he has had a fall from grace after being the first Rocket League prodigy. Now coming back to land with some young guns. NRG with Squishy. They dropped Turbo, who helped them win the last LAN.
Turbo was on NRG last time we were playing in person.
Now they're going to be going up against each other.
Yeah.
So there's so much. BDS can they do on?
Dude, that's crazy, man. So we haven't had a land since Turbo was on NRG. That's crazy, man.
pandemic, during it, it's just, yeah.
I mean, to break it down simply, we've literally got international matches or inter-regional matches.
Yes.
We haven't seen those in so long.
Oh yeah, it's been like almost 2
every single
years.
match to start this broadcast today is a region playing against a different region.
We will have 3.
So many.
In the first 3 matches, we will have 5 regions represented. That's just never happened before. So this is gonna be really crazy. Now we are super excited. And you're gonna see. Look, there's something different on the wall back here right now. This is super cool. Like I'm super excited to see this.
Crazy. Yeah.
If you think this room's cool, wait till you see what else we got going on. And I need to introduce you to the newest member of our broadcast team, Orb, standing by. How you doing, Orb?
Wave, thank you so much for the introduction, my friend.
Look at this man's intro, bruh.
I've been waiting since 2019 for a proper LAN back. And I'm here to present the main stage, what we're calling the Hype
Dang,
Chamber.
50K viewers for Rocket League right now.
Teams
I
are
think
going to
I'm-
duke it out for over
Oh, bro.
$300,000. Over 601.
Dude, that's cool.
Over 601 rank points for Worlds. There's a lot at stake to say.
Bro,
Okay?
that's
Like I said, first
crazy,
line back since
man.
2019. You guys have been waiting for it. We all have. We're so happy to be here.
Bro,
For
that's
the main
that's
stage,
crazy.
We're going to call it the A stream. Now, what I'm standing in, we're calling the Swiss Abyss. There's so much action going to go on here. So many matches, so we can't fit them all on the main stage. So therefore, we have a B stream. So some of the matches will be here. Some of the matches will be on the main stream. And I will also be able to pester some players. No one is around right now, but I will be
It's
able to
kinda-
pester the
it's
players
kinda
and
like
ask them what's
MLE,
going through
bro.
their mind. What does it take to get here? What does it take to be one of the best Rocket League players of all time? And also,
See who they're gonna put on
Swedish meatballs. I
for the
gotta
first
ask, that's
game.
Swede. I have to find out. But we got so much planned and in store for you guys over the 2 streams, over the 5 days. So much content.
5
Hopefully you
days,
guys are
man.
ready,
That's
'cause
cool.
We're ready, so let's start the show.
I've never been to an RCS LAN, but
Hey, apparently Jack, bro.
coolest thing ever. So it should be a really good thing when they finally come around again.
The atmosphere is like
I'm only in person.
can't wait to do that again.
Honestly,
This man's
I
forehead.
can't say how much I need to land. So I'm just really hoping that we can make Sweden because I just want to feel what that's like again.
I miss LAN a lot. I hope I can make it to the next one and the 3 after it.
Like LANs, it's the best part about esports.
LAN is the best thing for a player.
That's scrub killer, bro.
Doing a career.
LAN is just something you look forward to. Like everyone just looks forward to. Like it's this thing that like everyone just has a great time at, and then without it, it's just like something's missing.
There's a lot of new players. We're going to be speaking to each other. We're all going to just be having fun.
Well, it sounds like all of them are like from Ireland, bro. Bro, this is cool though, man.
Getting to play in person and just
This
getting
is
to
really
that
cool.
new feeling. But like, it's just really exciting.
I've missed LAN during the last 2 years, so I'm happy to be back in Sweden. And I'm excited to see everyone, like the casters, players, all my friends.
Well, I can't describe how I feel because it is really amazing.
Why that man look like Justin, bro?
Jogar LAN é inexplicável, bagulho muito louco.
First LAN in 2 years, it feels kind of surreal, honestly. I feel like it's my first LAN again.
Couldn't be more happy. Like, I'm super motivated.
Lucian, the demo guy, bro.
It's actually like an amazing experience.
I'm super excited. Like, it feels so long ago.
Past 2 years has felt like an eternity, really. And we're finally free.
Bro, like all these guys have accents, bro.
Okay, so fun fact, that's the first time I've seen that. And there's like a goosebumps moment for me where they're all in their bedrooms in front of their crappy webcams with their terrible lighting being like, oh, LAN's really fun. And then it like cuts to like the footage we shot like yesterday. This is, it's just more sinking in, like they're actually here.
I can't believe it. And for the players meeting each other for the first time, for the players who haven't seen each other in 2 years.
Or ever.
This is a chance for everybody to not only perform on stage, on the biggest stage we've had in Rocket League ever, but to perform with that extra pressure, that extra heart-racing moment for them. They're going to feel so much better after a win, after a loss, because I'm sure when they're playing online, when that loss happens, that win happens, they've not got anyone there. They're just in their room. They might have their parents, they might have a family member there to help them out, but it's going to feel so much better in person.
It's funny. They all have like the same headsets, but like their like settings or like their sound is so different. Not their voices. It's just like what's kind of their voices, like the crisp of it.
His hands were shaking.
I don't know, because some of them are like foreign and stuff. And
that is what LAN means.
It's so special.
This is why you play the game, is to
I don't know if they put different settings on each one or
like this to show what you're truly made of.
The players are ready, and we're ready too. So let's talk about how we are going to play over the next 5 days. If you've been watching the fall split here, you're familiar with this format. But if you're joining us just now for the LAN, hey, welcome, and you're excited. You're going to watch some of the best Rocket League you've ever seen. Gregan, how does a Swiss stage work?
So we're going to be doing 5-day event here. The first 3 days will be the Swiss, where we're going to have 5 rounds. The top 8 teams from those 5 rounds will progress, and it's going to be you got to win 3 rounds, and then you're through. And if you lose 3, unfortunately, you're out, but I'm sure they'll all be loving the experience they have here. And the winners will be playing winners. The record you have will match you up against teams with a similar record, as you can see here on the screen. And it will be best of 5 throughout. And that's going to create some amazing matchups, especially for some of the teams you may not have ever won at LAN. To be able to play against teams at a similar level, it's going to be amazing.
This is the most lives any team has ever had at a LAN event in an RLCS circuit as well. So this is exciting to see how that changes things here. Let's take a look at the matchups that are going to be happening. We're going to get through that first round of matches today and then begin a little bit of round 2.
NRG versus Era, I think it's going to be a massacre,
This is all
man.
those first matches, and you can see why we got a B stream. There's a lot of matches here. Cole, is there one match that you're particularly excited about?
Oh, that's such a difficult question because the answer truly is every single one.
DEADZONE versus Complexity is going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. We might.
Pick one. FaZe Clan versus Vitality.
Yeah,
That's so much flair there. I mean, that's probably 2 of the best teams coming up against each other at the beginning.
It's an excellent one. Let's take a look at where the matches are going to be happening. All of these matches going to be broadcast. We'll be going to kind of two simultaneously. We'll have
Complexity and BDS is playing on this one. FaZe Clan and Vitality.
Sandrock Gaming G2 and then
Sandrock and G2
versus FaZe Clan. Meanwhile, on the B stream over at twitch.tv/Rocket League Esports, we'll have the other 4 matches happening. Tokyo Verdy going to be starting things off against Dignitas.
I mean, the only one's like Dignitas and like Energy.
Era Eternity will be taking on NRG, Endpoint taking on Renegades, and then Furia taking on Semper. So that Tokyo Verdy match versus
the A stream is A stream for a reason, man. They got all like the best games.
On the main broadcast, Envy versus Ground Zero Gaming. So we said there's so many stories to talk about here. We talked about like 4 of them as we started, James. We have not even mentioned Envy or Ground Zero. We didn't really even mention OCE or North America, you know?
Well, I mean, Cheeseman would be arguing which one's the better region. Well, you know, hopefully we'll find out. But then he'd probably also say, is Envy really count as an NA team because they have a Swedish player on it?
He would like to find any way to discredit. We happily Turbo the moment he came over here. And if you ask Turbo, I think he claims North America. We'll talk to him maybe a little bit later on about that. Let's talk about these first 2 teams, though, and what we can actually expect to see on the pitch. Ground Zero Gaming, the #1 seed from OCE, taking on Envy, the #4 with a defending world champion as well, and the greatest LAN player of all time, Turbo Pulsa, here in the flesh on the stage. James, I'm so excited.
This is going to be an exciting way because we finally get to see Atomic on LAN. He's been so good. He's come in and been a mechanical genius. You even watched the saves he made in that Fall Classic Grand Final, 21 games against G2. Atomic was incredible, but you said it, Wave. The best LAN player in history. The greatest of all time. You can't deny it. Turbo, 4 World Championship titles back on LAN to show NRG they made a mistake dropping him. He still got it, and he'll never lose it. And then missed. He said, it feels like my first LAN again. I expect this guy to also pop off. Missed, had so much hype around.
Yo, what's up, Sandy? How you doing?
3rd man in the world.
Ask
and now
Tech?
he's got a chance to prove it on the international stage.
I mean, if my memory serves correctly, Mist won his first LAN as well.
Oh, this is,
so if
all
this
right,
is his
this is
second first
good,
LAN, that speaks well for him. And Mist actually spoke well of his own team. They expect to win.
Team MD will win the major for sure. To play the perfect tournament, I think we have to adapt pretty well. I think it's really important because a lot of teams play very differently, so I think adapting is definitely a big part, but I think our normal play style will do pretty well against most teams. We sometimes lose trust in each other. I think we panic sometimes. So I think if we hold our nerve and trust each other to do our thing, I think we'll do really well.
Turbo cutting off the play. A nice set. Oh,
Yeah, no worries, fight.
Off this beautiful set for Mist.
We've all been here before.
My hope for the major is obviously a win, but a good win. Nothing close, nothing too scary. I think I want to come out on top very cleanly. Envy is the best team because I think we have 3 of the best players in the world. I think Turbo, obviously his accolades speak for himself. Atomic is super smooth in the ball. He gets by a lot of people so effortlessly. And as long as I'm holding it down, we're gonna win.
We've all been here before.
Bro, Turbo looks so old, man.
He says he wants to win, but just comfortably, No hard games. Let's just absolutely annihilate everyone. On the other side, though, of the competition here, the #1 seed out of the OCE region, Cole.
Yeah, I mean, Ground Zero Gaming, they had to take their patience in regional play for OCE. Had to win the final regional event to come here in the first seed they will feel they deserve. And of course they did so, because that's what Ground Zero Gaming have been doing. Express there, he's been there since Season 3 when OCE first joined the RLCS, and Torsos has done the same, but he has been to every single RLCS LAN that he could have qualified for. Still an amazing mechanical player, staying at the top of the OCE mechanical curve, perhaps even the world, to allow the new generation, players like Amphis and for Renegade's Fever, to come in and just try and bring in this new era of OCE, because they have had some quite high-profile retirees in Drippe and Jules. It's a tough run for OCE, but Ground Zero are dangerous.
They are dangerous, the champions of Oceania. They feel very confident heading into Sweden.
We're a very close team, very related. But I could say I'm the hyper carry and I do everything. As a team, our confidence is pretty high. We're all very close as a team.
This is really cool, man. This is really cool.
We've got a lot of practice under our belt, and we're looking forward to it.
Lucky before being that hyper pushed up player, but this time
we boot camped for about a week and a half-ish before the LAN. Because if we came straight into it, we definitely wouldn't have done too well. I mean, the hope, obviously, is always to win. Might be a bit shooting for the start, but...
Oh, if they make everyone have to wear like the decals,
if we get made top 8, that'd
too,
be pretty sick for us after just being
live.
in our bedrooms for 2 years, so that'd be
What
pretty
they should do, man. Just like
Love seeing the confidence there from
wear the
Torsos, a player
uniforms,
who's historically
to wear,
doubted
like, the
himself at
decals.
LAN, feeling comfortable here and having a very tough first opponent here. Let's take a look at the stat lines. Obviously, these stats are reflective of their league play in their respective regions, James. So I feel a little context is needed.
Oh, it's certain.
face cams for demos is gonna be like 15, bro.
In the OCE region, a firepower on offense led by Torsos. You heard him. He's the hyper carry.
Oh, bro. Ground Zero looks like
And he proves it out there on the field.
they're kind of winning, bro.
Scorer in OCE.
Imagine
and
this, bro. I don't know, man. Their stats looking good.
Consistent in OCE, second place, and then finally winning that third regional. These guys deserve that #1 seed, but they are going to have a task ahead of them with Envy. You see, they didn't score much in NA, but the defense for Envy is what really makes them special.
Yeah, I feel like Envy's gonna hold it out, though.
Defense. We've seen one of the best saves in RLCS history from Atomic, and I'm excited to see how they match up against some of the more explosive offense here at the RLCS full major. We've seen what Furia, Sandrock, etc. are capable of. Hopefully we get to see them defend off that, but today they've got to take on Oceanian's strongest offense in Grand Zero.
I'm interested to see, though, because, again, this is the strongest offense against the Oceanic defense lineup, right? So a 2.3 goals per game. You inevitably expect that number to come down, and how does Ground Zero adjust to, we're not going to score that many goals per game, how do we find a win? That's going to be my big question coming into this matchup. Let's talk about, though, let's get predictions on the board, okay? The players are ready to go. You saw them, they're already in their seats there. So chat, get your votes in, hashtag Envy, letters NV for Team Envy, and letters GZ, hashtag GZ there for Ground Zero. We're going to walk down the line here, starting with you, Cole, who you got here in the first match of the Fall Major.
I mean, you asked how Ground Zero are going to adapt. I hope they don't try to adapt. I hope they go out there, play their own game. They will learn from it, and then, you know, going forward, they can take these lessons. But if they change everything up too soon, it will only backfire. I think since being here, they've had their baptism of fury in Rlcs Sweden skirmish, where they lost that 4-1. So they would have taken those lessons here. I think that Envy are going to win it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not building up to a ground zero prediction. It's a bit early to say anything like that. But yeah, I hope they give a good account of themselves, and I'm sure they will.
All right, Envy, what about you, James?
Yeah, if Ground Zero beats Envy, I think they win the whole thing, honestly. You look back at the North American
region. Well, that would be the best story in the Winter Major.
You look back at the North American regionals, NA being the strongest region, Envy lost to the eventual
honestly,
regional
yeah,
every
Ground Zero does win against Envy. They might go deep.
Just too good. Atomic, this will be the first time we get to see him on land. I think he's going to be incredible. Turbo, we already know what he's capable of. Mist just has to show up, and Envy's going to win this. So yeah, I'm going to Envy.
I mean, it's first time for Turbo on land in 2 years. Do we know what Turbo's made of?
I mean, it's been the first time for everybody. So we've got to come to this event and just look at the regions
everyone's just been on land.
The ability of the regions. As you said, North American, the second best region at this event. And
is that what I said?
Proudly the second best.
Proudly the second best.
I just was trying to remember who won the last one.
Yeah.
Turbo.
We'll talk about the history of Europe and North America. If you want to check out an amazing video, we've got a lovely video created by Cole. The point is, it's going to be Envy.
You're predicting the North Americans,
because
yes,
North America is better in general than Oceania, and that's my prediction for now. But we'll talk about North America and Europe later.
All right, we'll go ahead on that.
We'll see. I am also going to predict Envy to take this one down. They do. There's just everything that has been said so far. I do believe Envy has the stronger lineup. Let's take a look at what chat thought here. Given
yeah, Mist just has to show up, bro. Imagine Mist goes off.
I'm gonna keep an eye on you, chat, and see what's the most one-sided prediction we have over the next 5 days. Drop it to 83. That's all right. Let's get on to the pitch. Let's head over to the Ford Skybox for match number 1. We've got Envy taking on Ground Zero Gaming. Who is going to take the first win of the Swiss stage of the Rocket League Championship Series Fall Major driven by Ford? Let's find out right now.
It doesn't do that, bro. It doesn't do that.
It has been way too long. Our first international.
All right, refresh. There's no way it does that. In no way is it's gonna just glitch out on me like that.
America right now, and we'll see if they can get off the ball. Turbo coming down off the back wall. That one is going to bounce out for Torsos.
I was about to say, I was like, no way.
Giving some clearance off a demo. It's over by Mist. Torsos flipping by it. Turbo forced to push that ball out to the corner, and Ground Zero getting to these 50s as fast as they can. The Turbo teeing it back over to Mist. Flips it over and it's blocked again here. Here it comes from Turbo. Shot denied. Amphis takes it out to the right side. It's these early stages of a LAN that you're most nervous in. It's those first touches that can really cool the nerves, and it seems Atomic is already looking confident. Missed another light shot, but it's turned away. And Ground Zero put early on the defense here. Light touch from Turbo. Atomic can't get there. One Envy set up here on offense early on. And Ground Zero, how do they maintain poise on defense? It's been a good minute of attack here for Envy, and the boost has to be running out. Mist gets the first goal of the major. Oh, and Ed's like that one for Ground Zero. Mist getting credit for it, and Envy will happily take it to
that's
the
tough,
bank.
man.
Envy on top. That's a tough one for Torsos. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and that's got to be disappointing for the LAN veteran. You know, for Envy, you heard James talk about it on the desk. They only ever lost to the eventual tournament winner.
Oh, no way, bro.
This is the kind of start they want to land. They need to
be bro. Envy just gonna
performing at their very best if they want to be taking this land. And Envy are one of the favorites. They might be the number 4 seed in
Envy, I feel like it's gonna just
one goal that they.
It's gonna be a massacre.
Ground Zero, another kickoff for them. Trying to push by this Envy team, but Atomic right there.
A double.
Got the double tap into the net. 3-0 Envy.
Oh, oh God.
They got the first. That's where the confidence gets built. And Express not able to get out that. Atomic has read the backboard beautifully. Ground Zero, a bit of struggle early. They had some good looks there in midfield at the start of the game, Yummy, but ever since that first goal went in, things have squarely gone in Envy's favor.
And this is the season, the major, the land of rookies. 26 of our 48 players have never been at an RLCS LAN before. Atomic.
Oh, what a pass. What another pass.
What a start.
Oh my God, what a dunk.
Absolutely, he has started out extremely well. Exactly how Envy fans everywhere want to see this team start if the machine wants to take a deep run into the fall major. And Atomic got more space, takes it above one off the backboard. No rebound for Ground Zero, but they pick up another save. Torsos flips it back over to the corner.
Ground Zero haven't even had a chance yet. They've been stuck in defense all this time, just like they've been stuck at home in an isolated region for the last 2 years. Will they be even able to get to the other end?
Here's Express trying to find his teammate. Turbo cuts him off, and Atomic wins the midfield battle again. So Ground Zero still struggling to get those consecutive touches, but a good defense there by Amphis. Throw it back down to midfield.
Strong rotations coming out from Envy too, and you can see how calm the experienced Turbo Pulsar can be, taking that to his own half, and a chance here for Amphis. Saved out by Atomic. That's it. Express scores the first goal for Ground Zero.
Good initial shot to put some pressure on the defense. Amphis puts
save, bro.
Awkward for Atomic, and that missed touch gives Express an easy goal for Ground Zero.
That is the recipe for success for Ground Zero.
This shouldn't even have went, bro.
You see the confidence in each other.
Should trust Atomic had it.
For Ground Zero to be on the charge again.
Definitely a confidence builder after how those first few goals went. And it has to feel good for Express. He's had a couple of shots.
I ain't gonna lie though, I probably wouldn't win for this shit too.
He's struggled throughout those seasons, while Torsos has pretty much been the face of OCE in these international lands. Express would love to add to that for Ground Zero.
And Torsos has shown that with the pure consistency across not just this season, but all of our LCSX. It's Amphis that we're really looking for to be that player. He was the best player in OCE of the last year. But at his first LAN, he has to step up a little bit to match that performance.
A demo to give Amphis some space. Forces the 50 against Turbo, but Turbo gets 2 big 50s and a good comeback there from Torsos. Cutting in on the rotation. Put up the 50 once. Ground Zero, tough read, but he gets it back over to the corner. Torsos needs another one, but Atomic's there, and Envy pushing again. Quick
pass, bro. What a pass, man.
That is beautiful. 3 members from Envy involved. Atomic.
Who was Turbo? Bro, he's a god.
Just feeding goals at this point.
Those passes right in front of the back wall have really stretched Ground Zero. It's been tough for them to net mind in front of the box. A couple of touches from them, forced own goals in front. And Ground Zero going to try to push again here from the corner.
This is starting to get ridiculous, Jorby. I can't believe we have Turbo Pulsar, the most successful LAN player of all time, alongside Mist, who won his first LAN, and now we're almost looking at Lantomic.
Lantomic. I like that one. He puts that one back up high. Well, Ground Zero might have a chance at it, but Torsos couldn't get a shot. That one off the crossbar. Atomic will play it away. And you couldn't ask for a stronger start from Envy. All 3 of them looking really solid. Turbo winning good 50s, but how about that one? Turbo picks up a save. Ground Zero looking threatening at times, and no pass there from Express. It's going to be pushed back out to the side wall.
Normally be seeing Amphis play a lot more mechanically in that front half, even pushing up forward for his teammates, and that's where the jitters might be affecting him. For the moment, Envy keeping full control of this Oceanic squad.
Another high kick up, and Amphis, he hasn't had a lot of chances to really show off his mechanics just yet in game 1. As we come down to the closing seconds, still some work to do for Ground Zero here against Envy.
Mist as well, we're looking at a very consistent player who's had his opportunities, and he's going to be controlling it. We sort of talked about it. It was the best defensive team in NA up against Ground Zero, the offensive powerhouse, and Ground Zero have only scored 1.
Only 1 goal. And that will do it. Envy take game 1, 4-1. And look,
pretty fast, I ain't gonna lie.
Such a strong performance here for Envy. And I'm worried about everybody else at this point. We had a lot of people predicting that Envy would potentially be the winners of this LAN, and this is the kind of performance that sets that up.
And you heard Miss talk about it in that
save, man.
Right before we got started.
Unlucky.
Sometimes we get in our own way. We panic, but there was no panic there. They didn't let Ground Zero get under them at any time. And Yummy, I have to say, man, it's great to have you back, man. It's great to have you back here with me and get this first cast underway. How you feeling?
Oh, it's great. I can't believe we get to start off the LAN after 2 years.
Why is his sleeve so short?
3 years to me since RLCS Season 5. But for the OCE players in particular, the most isolated region, they've been hanging out online. They've had a really, really tough battle. And they
Look at that camera quality.
Attitude of it's all about the LAN.
You can literally see the micro hairs on this man's mustache, bro.
Envy, as we head to Forbidden Temple, looking to keep things clean. We talk about Envy being the 4th seed in North America, how they're always losing to the tournament winner. And that makes a strong start that much more important for them. You want to get as high as a seed as possible when you make it to that bracket, so you don't run into that same problem when we eventually get to bracket play, where the competition is surely going to be much tougher.
We've seen in Swiss how important every single game is. Getting a 3-0 gets you a slightly better opponent in that next round, which may get you another 3-0 or a 3-1 that makes your run all the more easy to get into that top 8, and then all you need to do is have an incredible playoffs performance after that.
Well, I really think that Ground Zero have had a few good looks, and some of them have just been, they haven't been able to make solid contact on the ball, but when they do make solid contact, they do force Envy to play a little bit of defense.
They've been hitting the ball away a little bit too much, Ground Zero, and that plays really into the Envy playstyle.
The passes, man, that Envy's doing is gonna
covering a lot of ground, and whenever there's a shot coming in for Ground Zero,
gonna really be the death of Ground Zero, bro. It's gonna be the downfall.
Missed on top of that for the 50-50. Atomic setting up Mist again. He's all alone in the third. And Atomic got the shot when he's taken out by Amphis. It bounced off the corner of the post. Torsos plays this one down. So the defense is holding, but thinning out for Ground Zero. They need a solid clear downfield. They can't get a touch there, and Mist keeps it locked in their own third.
Turbo Pulse has been looking like a real team player as he's working in with that LAN rookie too, and maybe even being a force for bringing Atomic up, for giving him that energy and confidence, and that's what it's going to take. Mr. Turbo have a good effort, but not sure why he didn't go for that shot.
Oh, well, he'll pop that one away from Atomic. Amphis will. But they just can't get those consecutive touches to get off defense. A demo might do it. Express, light pop. He's got Mist waiting for him. Mist pulls off for Atomic, and that's what makes Envy so difficult to get by.
Ooh.
Torsos has to get this out by himself and does manage to get it halfway, but you can see the halfway point is that solid ground by Envy. You cannot get it past them easily, and that's what's sticking Ground Zero in their corner, starting to run out of boost. Just Express and Amphis will need to find some kind of angle, but all of these touches from Envy consistently into difficult to clear spaces.
And it's a very tight rotation on defense for Ground Zero.
The demos.
Another demo, but that time it was Atomic taking out Amphis, smoking the defense. Atomic getting up, actually got bumped in the way of Express, and Amphis almost got a breakout. Mist gonna play it back to the corner.
It's been 1 week and a half of boot camping, according to Torsos. You hope that that's been enough to get Ground Zero that extra experience. They've kept it to 0 goals, and the defense is holding on for now.
You know, while it was tough in that in the Rettle skirmish for Ground Zero against Furia, they had looked better than earlier in the week when we had seen their scrims on various streams wherever they were being broadcasted.
And Ground Zero are the more mechanical team of the two OC rosters. They've got that advantage when it comes to international competition because it's easier
a little
to
musty flick and the 50
than it is to build up mechanics from scratch.
And I do love the confidence from Torsos we heard early on. You gotta have that kind of poise. A light shot turned away by Mist at Ground Zero, starting to put together an offensive attack. Torsos tries to fish out a pass, but Turbo Pulse is all over him.
Oh my god.
Ground Zero to push it forward. It's still 0-0, despite Envy playing a lot of time in the orange half.
And now they've got Envy on the back foot. Low boost, only Turbo Pulsar with any in the tank, and it might be Ground Zero's chance to strike.
Amphis forced off the ball by Mist. Express next up. He actually got the first look, but Mist so smart to pull off of that and get the pop up. Give your team the best chance at the ball.
Flip.
And Amphis gonna have to clean that one up. Torsos next up. Can he get underneath Atomic? He's got Express on the wing. He's gonna go for the bump. Can't get Mist.
Oh, he missed his flip as well. Torsos is not gonna be happy with himself. That was the best look in for Ground Zero. And they do not get that goal. 1 minute remaining on the 0-all scoreline.
Well, Torsos wins a close 50 against Turbo. Express keeps this ball close, but that's going to be missed. And gets that touch lightly over to Atomic. Envy, well, they still need to get a goal on the board. Atomic light touch, but Turbo playing that deep. Amphis open, and Amphis gets the goal for Ground Zero.
Amphis pushed up.
What a shot.
He was confident in his teammate, and he finds the angle. Amphis gets his first ever LAN goal.
Well, that has to feel good for the RLCS LAN rookie. How about it? 43 seconds remaining, and they've played defense for about 4 of those minutes, Yummy. So 43 seconds to hold a 1-goal lead, no problem.
This is getting ridiculous. Can you out-defend some of the best defenders in the world? Envy now have 30 seconds to bring this back.
Atomic cut off. Ground zero. Starting to get aggressive on the push here in midfield. Missed. Cuts this one out, and Envy got Atomic and Turbo Pulse all set up. Turbo has to wait. It's Torsos next up here in the corner.
Torsos is working. And now it's Envy's chance to go. 10 seconds. The pass. No, it's a shot. Torsos makes the save. A chance here for Envy as 5 seconds ticks down. It's up in front of the goal. The Turbo Pulsar gets beaten by Express.
Missed. Couldn't get that ball downfield. Atomic trying to keep it up. Uses all the boost to get back to it. Keeps it up for Mist. Pops it back up in front. Express puts it down. Ground zero take game 2.
They've done it. Oceania have come to play.
Dang, man.
First game off Envy. They have tied up the series.
That is an impressive adjustment from Ground Zero. How many times do we see them playing in the right corner on the orange half, just constantly getting 50 after 50, preventing too much Envy pressure, always forcing that play off to the corner.
And that was a nice
turnaround transition.
Nice pass, nice shot.
What a big goal for him and a big win for Ground Zero.
Maybe this is what we needed to see from the Oceanic teams. Not the development in the attack, but that defensive form, the counter-attack play that came out between Torsos and Amphis. And all through this, it didn't...
Oh, this might be a good series, man.
Any worse than game number 1. They were still getting those opportunities, still getting those passes off, but Ground Zero were shutting them down.
Yeah, those 50s just kept coming in for them and then constantly feeding each other the ball on defense when they could, when they weren't constantly in a scrum in the corner. So definitely impressive for Ground Zero to adapt. But now for Envy, how do you break through that corner and how do you break that kind of poise that Ground Zero have built?
I think you just have to come out strong and just get that first goal like they did in game number 1.
Bro, they have a coach, and I don't think Envy does, bro.
It's going to head into game number 3, and whoever gets this one is going to be in such a huge advantage in the first series.
Amphis launches this ball down. Forced into defense, and he able to get the save and missed.
Nice.
Ground Zero. Let that one slip through. Envy on top.
Ground Zero got a little too greedy on that one. They thought they had the goal, and nope, it's straight back over their heads. Mist was playing upfield in the perfect position, and that's an easy one for Envy.
Ground Zero establishing more confidence, and you heard Cole talk about it on the desk, trying to build those lessons, learn those lessons for the rest of Swiss, and try to take what are the weaknesses, what are your strengths, what's working well, what's not working well. Ground Zero, they're playing competitive. I think they see a W possible for them against Envy here.
You've got that little bit of hope. I mean, you heard Torsos say they were looking for top 8. I don't think they would be unhappy with a loss against Envy. I don't think they'd be expecting to 100% take down one of the favorites for the LAN. But now they've got that hope. Now they've got that one game under the belt. It's got to give them a morale boost.
Amphis trying to keep that ball close. Oh, and you saw Express kick that one back straight to Amphis. Aggressive posture on defense from Ground Zero, but Atomic takes it right back. Missed in front. Express gets in front of it in time. Amphis back over to midfield. Does Ground Zero have something here? Turbo puts it off, but Express is there, and he bounces this one up. Torsos has to get out, and Amphis returning back quick.
We've seen a few backflips from Torsos as well. That's the danger as Envy are going to set up a goal. Amphis keeps it away as Mist continues on. Has the air dribble underneath Express, but Express saves it. Atomic comes through. Now Turbo.
Turbo just missing that one, and now a transition. Amphis gets bumped by his teammate. Mist now has a transition. Atomic misses the ball, and Envy have given up a big opportunity on the counterattack.
That is what RLCS LAN does to you. Just a little bit of nerves can affect your ability to get that extra touch, to go that extra mile. And Envy right now have shown a little bit of...
Just imagine, Turbo and them are playing all on like the...
it takes the shot.
On like the A...
Push back.
They call it like the A...
Quick pass from Mr. Turbo.
What's it called? Stage, the A stage.
Envy
And then you got everyone else just like playing and like watching them on like the B stage.
To try and get this one out, but Envy have been on the attack for so long now. The boost starting to drain out here for Ground Zero as you can see Mist just circling. He's patient, not needing to go in as Atomic was the one to put on the pressure, but it has actually given a bit of room here for Ground Zero to get relief.
And they win a 50. Express on top of it. Mist and Atomic on the back wall, and Atomic can play it back downfield. Envy had multiple chances to get a multi-goal lead. Amphis bumped out of the play. Ground Zero left back on defense to try to retool, re-kit back downfield.
Turbo Pulsar finds a good challenge in the midfield. That could be what Envy needs for this second goal as Atomic is going around the world. Amphis instead on the counter-attack, looks for the flip reset. It instead goes to Express, back to Amphis, popped up high. Turbo Pulsar wins the race.
You really like the idea there from Amphis, popping it up away from the Envy defense, forced them to come up and make the play on defense. Mist can't get the double on target. Express in the way. Turbo, light touch, Atomic cannot commit. He's got to play defense, and he does so back to the corner.
Smart moves by Atomic, and Torsos has missed. He's looking nervous. The veteran from OCE, that's the third time that he really could have sunk one in.
Maybe surprised that he was even able to take the shot there. Maybe was expecting a 50 and a couple shots coming out from Ground Zero now. That one just a freebie to Envy, and Torsos forced to field it. Express winning a big 50 there. Torsos trying to work that ball towards the box. And Atomic and Mist bump into each other. Amphis trying to set it up, but the rest of Ground Zero are way back on this one. They need some boost. They do collect here.
Good sign, though, for Ground Zero is they're going for these really aggressive demos. We saw Express chasing Atomic into the net. And that's where we find that Ground Zero is just the best, and he finds that second goal.
Mist is so consistent, and you cannot give Mist this much space. He got the flip reset forever ago, didn't even need to use it. Touched his wheels onto the ground, put it in the net.
Bro.
He used that flip reset to ensure that Express couldn't challenge. If Express challenged, Mist gets it over the top of him. Envy now fully in control of this game.
Atomic, full carry for him. Gets around it, tried to go for the dunk against Express. And Envy looking much cleaner, despite those few opportunities early in Game 3 that they couldn't collect on.
Ground Zero, I don't think they have a chance here. It looks like Envy is going to take this game with 45 seconds left to go. And with how much Envy have stayed in that Ground Zero half, this is a very, very solid, consistent performance, just like we expect from Envy.
Little flip from Express on the 50 against Turbo. And how do you feel about Ground Zero's performance overall? I know a lot of us were talking about this matchup with Envy, but they have come out and they've had to play a lot of defense, sure, but they're looking quite competitive against Envy, maybe more so than other people would have given them credit for.
I'm really impressed with their defense for the most part. I think if they hadn't given up that first goal, we might have seen a very different situation, especially with this first goal on the board for Ground Zero as well. It's been an overall very, very solid effort from Ground Zero.
I mean, Torsos did so much work there to get that goal in. Forced the 50 against Atomic, then got the bump on Mist as well, and now they need some juice here on the kickoff.
Was I wrong? Would Ground Zero be able to make the comeback? It's open! No! Express!
That's literally the play that you draw up. Well, you don't draw it up, but that's the one you hope you get.
Damn.
Setup. Express couldn't put it on target, and Envy take Game 3.
Now it's a bit of a nightmare for Express. He's been in moments like that before. We all have, but that is dreadful. That is not what you want, and Envy will breathe a sigh of relief here. Taking this game, getting that advantage in the series, and putting themselves one step away from that 1-0 round.
Yes, important to be able to adjust, because it can be scary when an underdog gets that confidence after a game win. So we'll get right back to this match, but Orb has been swimming in the Swiss abyss. Let's go to him for an update.
Guys, I'm standing here with Ziz. This is the coach for NRG. Bing bong. What do you have to say to Envy right now?
Oh man. So who? To Ground Zero? You said?
No, to Envy.
To Envy.
To Envy.
Envy.
Right.
Turbo takes me out to dinner at the least. At the least.
At the least.
At the least.
How does it feel to be back? I mean, now you're standing here in the thick of it.
This man, how does Envy and Ground Zero sound the same, bro?
Yeah, I think for all of us, it really kicked in once we were in the backstage and we saw like Turbo playing on LAN, and it kind of settled in that like we're finally back on LAN. Just really good vibes. It's good to be back, and we're definitely
Garen them, bro. Justin back there, bro.
Three of the best NA LAN players of all time, so they're feeling in their comfort zone, I'd say.
Absolutely. We're getting more than ready, more than excited. We're going to send it back to you guys for game number 3.
This is always great.
He's the reigning champion. He's the reigning champion coach, and you have to look as well for the coach over on Ground Zero, Jimmer, who's actually qualified throughout this last 2 years, 3 teams over to Worlds. And he's finally got his first chance to go international. Previously, he didn't get that chance, and he's going to be working hard for Ground Zero now.
Now underway in game number 4. Can Ground Zero force a game 5? They've had some good looks. It has been, you know, the chances have absolutely been there, but Envy, they've been able to clutch up in game number 3. So what do they bring us here? Missed off the ceiling, Atomic demoed.
Good back pass as well coming out from Envy. Looking to build up some space here as the nerves do still remain. 3-1 is the scoreline they need for a strong run through the Swiss. They can't afford to go through to game number 5. Equally, Ground Zero in the same position, so it's still going to be a tough battle.
You see Express and Amphis trying to force that ball out, but Atomic's all over him. It's a good pop from Torsos. Needs the 50 on top of it. He's going to get it. Harassing Mist bumps him out of the way. Still on top of Mist, giving Amphis a chance at it, but he was expecting a touch from Atomic that never came.
That's the second time we may have seen a goal from Ground Zero, and it goes astray for them. But it's good signs for them to be in attack against Envy as Torsos gets the flip reset.
Oh, no way. Oh, my God.
2 plays that we've seen from Ground Zero that were perfectly set up. They had one right in front of the net, and they hit it off the post twice.
You can see the potential is there, but it's just not working out for Ground Zero. How many times can they end up missing by an inch?
Atomic pops it off the ramp. Ground Zero got plenty of time to keep this ball going downfield, but that one gets away from them. Amphis waits patiently on the backboard and gets a solid clear out. His clears off the backboard have looked solid all series.
Envy as well have looked very solid. The passing plays coming out between Turbo.
Oh my God.
Exceptional. And even in the back passes too, that's something very difficult to see at LAN, to have the confidence to hit the ball backwards towards your own net.
And that's the beauty of having your teammates right next to you on 0 ping, just to be able to have that luck. You're on the same wavelength. You're marching to the same rhythm. Here's Mist. Quick shot way wide. Express pushes that one out, but Envy are all set up on offense. Turbo gets a look, and Torsos is all over it.
Amphis had to stop there, and that actually gives Envy full control over the possession of this ball, as Mist is the one trying to circle around now. Express off the corner, well saved out by Envy.
It's going to be tough for Express no matter what. Well defended, like you said. Torsos keeping that one just away from Turbo, and they both go for the 50. That was actually a great touch from Torsos back to his teammate, but Mist beats Amphis to the ball, and they're just not ready for some of these touches on the rotation.
Torsos has blocked this one out and maybe looking for a charge to the other end. The counterattacks have been very good for Ground Zero in the series and for the season thus far. But look at Mist and Atomic working together in the pass plays. Atomic back to Turbo. The shot saved out by Express.
Love seeing that from Ground Zero. Getting in the passing lanes. Don't let them develop before that shot comes out. Get in front of the 50. Here comes another one, and Atomic blocks the pass from Amphis.
Strong midfield plays is what's defining this game. Envy as well starting to take control of that once again, like they did in the first few. In Ground Zero, we'll have to work a little hard. We might be looking for a few more dribbles out.
Oh no. Atomic. Oh my God, Atomic.
Oh my goodness, you saw Atomic wave dashing, desperately trying to get back to that ball, and he was able to get there. Who else? Atomic, he loves making some flashy plays on defense, or at least making you sweat. That ball punched back down to the blue half.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if our heart can take this any longer, especially if Atomic gets a freebie at the other end. He has to pitch it center. A difficult touch. It goes high.
Ground Zero, that's a gift for them. They are given another chance here. And what a defensive battle this has been. We talk about two great defensive teams in their own regions, and we've gotten that. Torsas flips over one, but Mist is going to punch that away.
Mist is looking really, really solid. He hasn't really made a huge misstep. He hasn't missed touch, and especially for those backboard reads. Very, very crucial here for Envy's defense to hold.
Oh, it's a shot for Torsas. He tried to find the side, but could not. It hit the post. Now Turbo on the counterattack. On the dribble, he's demoed, and the ball kicked back to the side wall.
It really feels like Ground Zero are trying too hard. They're going for the absolute perfect angle every single time, and they've missed. They've missed again, but Amphis gets back.
Oh, my goodness. You got to hold your breath when you see a free rebound come off the backboard, but somehow coming up with the save. Express. 2 touches in front, but that Envy defense going to be tough to beat from the corners. Torsas another touch, but that one's not going to get it done.
I'm gonna lie, Torsas been choking, bro.
Anyway, Mist can't get enough of it. Atomic will punch this one over him. The end of regulation looming. Here they come. Ground Zero looking for another touch, but Mist pops it back over to Turbo. Cut off by Torsas, and time runs out. The ball still in the air. Amphis wants to play. Back to the side. He's still playing it off the ramp. Mist had Turbo commit. That's going to touch the ground.
The first overtime of the RLCS Winter Major. And it's between Envy and Ground Zero, between OCE and North America.
Yeah.
This has been...
Oh, yeah?
This game 4 has been kind of nuts with some of these chances. Here comes Amphis in front and able to force the ball by Mist. Ground Zero looking for that game-winning goal that sends them to a Game 5. Torsas punches it off his own corner. Express keeping it away from Envy with that touch. And Amphis not really in a position to do much with it. He's going to wait for Express, and that touch will come out for Torsas. Wins 150. Oh, the shade in front. Atomic trying to push it out to the corner. Torsas stealing the boost on top of it. Ground Zero still pushing Envy defense back, but Atomic forcing them out. But you see Ground Zero, they're winning all the boost. Turbo back over to the corner.
Ground Zero have taken control of the overtime, and they fake it out right in front. Express, not known to be the most mechanical player in the region, and yet starting to bring out a few of his own.
Well, if Torsas looked a little weaker earlier on in the series, he's certainly shored that up and has been a lot more clutch for them in some pretty critical moments. Here's Express on another carry in the corner.
Play in here from Envy.
Oh my God.
Good for it. He almost sinks that goal in the series here for Envy. 16 teams have come through into this land, but only one team can show that they are the best in the world, and it's looking like Envy are desperate for it.
Well, Ground Zero are really trying to make an argument right now in this overtime. They get another clear. They might even put some more pressure on the backboard with that hard clear from Mist.
It's like a ping pong game.
And Express's midfield game has been quite impressive. He has stopped a lot of Envy counterattacks. But here comes Atomic. He's stopped by Express again. Torsas in front against Mist, back to the corner. Turbo plays it again, but that's going to be a dead ball for Envy.
Mist has been looking for a lot of the double taps, one of the best in the world, and has been shut down by...
Oh, that's in. That's in. Yeah.
Torsas puts it in the back of the net, and Ground Zero forced Game 5 against Envy.
None of you would have believed this. Ground Zero have taken Envy to Game 5 with heart. They did it with defense, and they clutched it up after multiple missed attempts.
I mean, what else can you say after that? I mean, Envy, they've...
Ground Zero wins, bro.
Every counterattack stopped. There was always a block. Express was there to push it away. Torsas was there to win the 50. Amphis was there to keep the play alive, and that pass over to Torsas was perfect to give Ground Zero the win. They controlled that overtime. They dictated the pace.
This is the performance that put them at the front of Oceania all through RLCSX. They were the most dominant team. They were the BDS of that region. And now we're looking over at Envy. We're looking at Atomic as he is the rookie here for Envy, and he's had such a good Game 1.
Yeah.
He was so awesome, and we haven't seen that same performance since.
Sometimes they've even ran into each other. They're definitely feeling the pressure on defense, and now I'm thinking back to that same miscomment from the video we watched earlier, Yummy. Sometimes they panic. Sometimes they get in each other's way, and we saw that in Game 4.
And that's part of the problem of sometimes them playing a bit too defensive, running straight back to net. Because you see, if you give Ground Zero a little bit of room, you've got Amphis, who is able to set up a goal. You've got Torsas, who once he started hitting that ball, can find those angles in spaces that currently Envy are giving them.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be real with you for a second. We got like a million more matches to play in Swiss, and yeah, this is just one best of 5. But everybody is like, you heard the desk. It's like, yeah, Envy, yeah, Envy, yeah, Envy. Everyone's like, Ground Zero, they're happy to be here, but Ground Zero are a little more than happy right now.
This almost feels like it could be the most important series of the LAN. If Envy go through, sure, it's another day in the week, Envy having a hiccup on their way through to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But if Ground Zero take down Envy, that not just means so much for all these Oceanic viewers at home that have been waiting for international competition, but it also means so much for all the other newer regions, Middle East, APAC, and South America.
Honestly, might think Ground Zero might win, bro.
Down North America and Europe
Honestly.
as well.
I don't care what the result is after this Game 5. All your scripts, all your predictions that y'all wrote before this LAN started, throw them out. None of them mean anything anymore. The fall major's hitting different already.
I know, unfortunately, we couldn't get T-Bates here at LAN, but he's panicking right now as the Machine. The Machine in Game 5 against Ground Zero.
I'm as shocked as you are. I mean, we were talking about it before the day had started, and you're probably your region's biggest critic, Yummy. And so you've had a big smile on your face the whole time, man.
I can't believe it. I was so worried after the first couple of games. But that game was the one that really gave me hope. It felt like Ground Zero took control. They had more chances.
Yeah, Ground Zero's in the bag right now.
Well, now Ground Zero, they start on the blue half again. And can they do it? Can they perform the first upset of the entire major in the first series of the entire major? That passed a little too much juice behind it, but they do keep possession back against the wall. Mist is going to punch that back out to the side.
CS is rigged.
Amphass, he slowed it down, but a good challenge by Turbo Pulsar. Important to stop Amphass from going all the way. Express was hanging back, waiting for this one. So he headed Game 5s, and even at home, a Game 5 is nerve-wracking. Imagine it at LAN.
It's like Envy are still trying to pass the ball. They're trying to create opportunities with their mechanics. You see Mist on the ground flick and then getting the pass out from Atomic to Turbo, but there's a Ground Zero player there every time to break it up. Before that shot comes out, they've been able to get there in time.
The panic begins in defense, though, and we've heard that from Envy, but if they could keep Ground Zero in the defense themselves, they will force out the panic. They will force out the mistake and get that first goal.
Elsewhere on the B stream, Dignitas Verdi are still at it.
Oh!
We're not going to talk about that one. Express puts in the first goal of Game 5.
Are you kidding me? Ground Zero, not just in Game 5, but in the lead, and Express fires it perfectly off the crossbar.
Envy, bro.
1-0 Ground Zero. Anyways, like I was saying before, Dignitas are up 2-0 against Tokyo Verdi, so that one may be going a little more to expectation, but Ground Zero trying to force an upset off the backboard. Mist gets the grab, and still it's going to be a play for Express. He pops it over Atomic. Mist coming down off the backboard. Atomic trying to keep this play away. He does get it down to Turbo. Good pop from the crossbar. He can't get it. Turbo blocked as well. A close chance for Envy, and they can't convert.
When have you ever seen Mist get that one and not go in? He had the chance to equalize here, and now Ground Zero on the counterattack.
Here comes that.
They're acting like they could have hit that hoe, bro. That was a hard shot, bro.
He's got Mist for a quick counterattack. Mist
I don't think he had that much boost either.
Somehow Amphass is patient enough to wait for that ball to pop back over to Atomic. It's almost like Ground Zero got a finger on the pulse of Envy's rhythm.
You look back multiple years in the history of Torsos, and they almost took down Cloud9, but choked. They threw it. And now they have to be in that situation again. Torsos could be able to reverse his
someone was
right here.
doing the soft attach or the player view.
Atomic. Express keeping that ball close to the corner. Torsos, that one's going to get away from him. Mist keeps it close. Atomic wins that touch, but the shot's too light.
A double commit, though, from Ground Zero may slow down the follow-up, and that's exactly what happened. Express late to the challenge. Another double, but Torsos up for the save. Starting to run low on boost here as Envy have multiple players ready to get on the attack.
But Envy were also getting low on boost. They finally pick up a couple of canisters to keep the attack alive, but it's Ground Zero.
Oh, Miz, come on, man.
On defense, not letting Envy.
Do it to him. Do it to him.
He looks at the net. That one's off the backboard, but it's taken back to the side. Turbo's going to try to keep it high. He actually gets a second touch out, but Atomic wasn't ready for it. He had to recorrect, and Ground Zero still keeping Envy outside the box. Miss pass in front. Finally, Envy.
There we go, bro. I know, yeah, he almost saved it, bro.
Just as it looks like it's going to be a shot That's the calmness we wanted from Mist, and he's set up Turbo.
Bro, imagine, bro.
Heartbreak for Envy, especially with how some of the other shots have gone.
I would have been pissed off if I was Turbo, bro. If he saved that hoe.
About how Ground Zero's defense has been excellent, and we'll see if the fake kickoff pays off for them. But
he backflip, bro.
It's going to be Mist to Turbo, and they pull off immediately.
Torstos another backflip, like we saw earlier on in the series too. And
do it to him. Do it to him.
Oh, it had to be a huge save from Torstos.
That's a free look for Mist. He's got a free back wall too, up in front of the box. And Atomic can't commit. The net's just covered.
Oh my God.
There's another clear down the middle of the field. Atomic trying to slow Ground Zero down, but here comes Amphasis, and it's cut off by Mist.
Playing forward though is Ground Zero, and they're just looking for shots on net. That's not going to work against Envy. You'll need to find some passes or at least a solo play from Ground Zero to beat out that defense, as Turbo's challenge is also going to stop Ground Zero.
Envy keep on missing these like aerials, bro.
Mist, Atomic ended up running into Mist, and Envy have a
oh, that's open. No one's back.
Gets a free goal for Envy.
Ground Zero bit off way more than they could chew.
So what are you doing, bro?
Turbo pulsar over the both of them.
Look. Even at the top ranks, they still do boost over balls. So hey,
big goal for them. Turbo taking advantage of that big mistake from Ground Zero, but Ground Zero have been competitive the whole way through. This game is not over until that clock hits 0 seconds. Amphasis picked up. Atomic and pushing back over to the corner. That's going to be a quick clear for
Ground Zero. Yes, sir. Come on, Express. Do it.
Well, he almost got back to his own touch. Ground Zero back on offense.
This is their chance. 30 seconds left. They gave up the 1-goal lead. They need to fight back for it now. It's the pass down. Shut again by Mist.
Torstos, that touch is going to get away from him. That gives Atomic the space, but Express is there before he can get his second touch. Now Express has space, but he's rushing the touch. And Amphasis, you saw him pre-jump almost, expecting that pass to come out quicker, and they've lost so much time on the clock. Atomic pushing this one aside. Amphasis misses the ball, but he might just get set up for a pass. Nice catch in midfield. Underneath, he's got to stay in. No way! Missed.
Oh my God, bro. That was bro.
The experience shines through, the solidity shines through, and they have gone through in game.
Well, I know one thing for sure.
That was such a nice try, bro.
Was insane. I did not expect them to control the game as well as they did at times against Envy, a team that's so good at pulling off, taking the play away.
This man almost had the 200 IQ.
Very proud of Ground Zero in that game 4 especially. That's when it looked like they took so much control. Game 5, that really looked nervous. Once they got that 1-goal lead, it looked like we can win this situation, and that's when everything fell apart.
This dude faked and everything, bro.
Their first win in Swiss. Ground Zero got a long road ahead of them, but we got plenty more action in the Swiss Abyss coming up after the break.
Adding the Mustang in this. Oh yeah, they're adding this in the 66.
It's me, hero of horsepower. Make way for our all-electric Rocketeer, top-tier tactician, elite rotator, all-star muscle car, your champion.
Oh, bro, it's a commercial for Rocket League Sideswipe. God. Oh, they said GG. So what are these songs, bro? Oh, so Dignita won. Oh, well, yeah, they won 3-0. some Rocket League sideswipe as we're waiting. When are they gonna do the away decal? That's my question. Question of like yo, what's up, Jackson? How can I check the stats for the games? So I'm pretty sure if you go on Liquipedia, pretty sure they'll have it. And then yeah, if you look at all major, yeah. So I think they updated like around like 10 minutes, I think. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see like the stats and stuff. Bolts. Yeah, so this is pretty much where it is right now. So yeah, oh yeah, so never mind, it does show it. So yeah, Dignitas won 3-0 against Birdie Esports, and then Team Envy just won against Ground Zero 3-2. Yeah, Liquipedia is where you'll find it. 88,000 views, wow.
Everybody locked in, you guys ready?
It's a war zone, it's a shootout every day. Here we go again.
Yo, what's up, Alexis?
I've had 1,000 dreams of you, like scenes I do like. I stop counting, feels I could try. I should try. Hold my breath, I won't make you wait. You're mine for the taking. My eyes on your shades. You're mine for the taking.
All right, we are back in the Swiss Abyss, this time with my main man, Turbo, the 4-time. How do you feel after this win?
Not too great, actually. Like, we went to game 5, so I know we should have swept them, but, you know, it's whatever.
You say you should have swept them, so what went wrong in the sweeping motion?
I know you get spikes, so Envy won against Ground Zero 3-2.
Probably the main reason we took them to game 5.
That is true. That is true. That is good. Good analysis there, Turbo. You can always expect Turbo to deliver on this. How does it feel? Okay, first line back since 2019. Any thoughts? Okay, what do you think of the venue?
No, it was pretty crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
It feels great to be back. It's been way too long. 2 years is way too much.
Envy almost choked.
It's just amazing to be back. And
Mist almost saved one of Turbo's shots, man. That won them the game.
So we can get the next matches pretty clean for us.
Absolutely. How did it feel to play in the hype chamber that we announced earlier? You were the first team, well, the first of 2, to step on stage.
I mean, it's whatever, honestly. It's whatever.
You know what? Turbo, it's been great having you, but production is saying we need to cut. We need to cut immediately. No, Turbo, it's been great chatting with you and great getting to meet you. This man is amazing, okay? I'm telling you. Let's see if this man can go all the way here at the Stockholm Fall Major 2021. We're going to send it back to the desk. Guys, please, take it away.
I love Turbo. He
How's the hype chamber?
it's fine.
It's all right.
Should have swept him.
It's all right.
Well, why didn't you win, Turbo?
Yo, what's up, Sick? How you doing, man?
Goals than we did in 2 of the games, so then we had to go to game 5.
You did,
A career in coaching. When his pro career is gone, he can help every team win a game. That's incredible.
Turtle, when you were a pro player, if your coach had been like, well, you see, guys, the reason you lost that game was because they scored more goals than you, so let's change that next game.
I would have just retired. Early retirement for me. I mean, I knew it was coming already, but right then and there, I would have just unplugged the controller and been like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't.
That's the cue. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that match there. Obviously, significantly more Rocket League than we bargained for here. I think a lot of us were expecting this to be a sweep, but all the way to game 5, Gregan.
Yeah, so many great goals from both teams, but also so many missed opportunities. The first game on LAN is always a struggle for every player. You get those nervous games out the way, but I really think Ground Zero looked a lot more comfortable on stage, having a lot more fun. I'm sure we'll see a lot more from Envy going forward.
I think you did right.
This is kickoff. You were talking about this specifically, Gregan.
Yeah, they had 3 or 4 kickoffs where it looked like they had a kickoff strat. And you can see there just the final shot from Express, almost leveling it in the final 10 seconds.
The nerves. It hurts so bad to witness that, especially when Ground Zero looked fantastic against Team Envy. I thought they had a lot of great shots, but they just weren't coming up big in those clutch moments. Even in Game 5, it felt like Amphis was creeping out of the net. He was getting nervous, and you could tell that it wasn't just Ground Zero. It was Envy. They were feeling the nerves.
Yeah, it was. Do you feel like this was just land nerves? This is just first.
Yeah. No, they weren't playing at all like we are used to seeing with the play styles from either team. I do think Ground Zero looked the most comfortable, which is surprising, but Envy, at the end of the day, they had they had Atomic, who was doing a lot of clutch work on the defensive line, and then Mist closing it out.
Yeah, no, we saw two actually really strong saves in this game from NV. One in the game for that. They did actually inevitably lose in overtime, but from Atomic, the one flying all the way back has to wave dash, like hit a 90-degree angle to get around it, and then missed at the end. The series-winning moment, I would say, Chiefs.
Yeah, you can never doubt the defensive capability of NV. You know, as long as we've seen them ever since, I think, the offseason specifically for me. I mean, NV just absolutely lights out on defense. So it was great to see them turn it around, even though they really looked.
I hope that timer right there is
you find ways to win
not correct, because it's already been. Don't tell me we're in like another 18 minutes between games.
Bro. Absolutely came to play, and they looked great doing it. And one way or the other, NV are the ones that come out on top. And
why are there so many different casters, bro?
Okay, like. Greg, as the coach, okay, we saw Jimmer behind.
We would just keep on coming in and out.
He's having to go back, talk to his team. That did they dare to hope to beat Envy, right? And then they get to Game 5. They're so close. They even have a winning opportunity in the final moment there, having to go back and deal with a loss.
Timer pause,
I mean, we just go back to the video beforehand.
It just went up one.
Your expectations. Envy came into this.
It just went up one. It was 1802, now it's 1803.
Ground Zero said they're like, yeah, it'd be great if we make top 8. And so in that environment, these two teams have got very different mindsets coming into this. And Jimmer played off.
Man, better just be like 5 minutes, bro. Better just be like 5 minutes.
And that allows you to play more freely and organically. And it's only in those moments, like at the end we saw, where they went, oh my God, we can actually win this.
We have a chance.
And then that's when the nerves started to kick in.
Then they double commit and let open for Timber. It's like,
They even got the first goal in Game 5. I was like, this is it. We're getting the upset we wanted to see. The first series, it's over. And then, of course, everything just came crashing.
The machine started turning over. Let's talk about the other match that happened on the B stream here. A match that we also expected to go 3-0, and that did go 3-0. A little bit more to the normal here.
It might be a clock. It might be a clock.
It was 7-0. Then
it is a clock. All right, yeah, you're right. It is a clock. Because it's 11:04 where I'm at.
And when you win your first
18:04,
you start to vibe a little bit and just relax in the later games and try and score more spicy goals.
Yeah, I feel like when you win your first game 7-0, there's an easy situation.
Wait, is Dignitas wearing? They're all wearing their decal. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's what all teams should do, bro.
Passive and expected mistakes to happen. And what would have happened for Tokyo Verde there is
what all teams should do.
Such good solo play potential that even if they're playing passively and playing just like in autopilot, those solo plays will still keep coming out.
Well, we'll see those teams play again a little bit later on. Maybe a little bit longer on today. Let's talk about what's happening over on the B stream there. Tokyo Verde and Dignitas. That one is over. Dignitas taking that 3-0. The next match we will see on the B stream is NRG taking on Era Eternity. So twitch.tv/Rocket League or RL Esports, letter R, letter L Esports for the B stream if you want to go check out those matches. Say hi to the boys over there for me. Now let's talk about what's coming up next for us. We just watched a 5-game banger of a match between MV and Ground Zero. MV taking that one down, which means we're moving on to what I'm going to say is my favorite match of the day. Team BDS taking on Team Complexity. Two huge storylines approaching this event. We have debatably, arguably, the greatest online team of all time who has not played in an RLCS LAN, taking on a team that beat out one of the best teams in North America to steal a spot from them and get a 3rd spot here for South America. Turtle,
oh man,
do you have a
was NRG playing right now?
I'm terrified, honestly, for mostly BDS, because BDS have everything to lose and Complexity have everything to win in this matchup. I mean, you're looking at a roster that is literally the underdogs. Just getting here is so much for them, and they're happy to play in Sweden. And we're going to say that a lot over the course of this major, but of course, Complexity have expectations. They want to perform, and they're not scared of BDS.
And I think it's actually very important that BDS find a way to adjust fairly quickly, because I believe it was Monkey Moon.
Oh, so this is like the switch stage going on now.
Final regional that we had, where he's just like, we're not talking like we used to. And if they're a team that sits there and plays in their environment.
Wait, is NRG playing right now?
Vienna or Australia come out and just annihilate everybody. Who knows what's actually going to happen, but NRG versus Era coming on your screens in just a moment. We're almost ready to get into the game. If you guys are enjoying it, make sure to tweet out the stream, twitch.tv/RL Esports.
Oh, what y'all guys want to watch? Y'all want to watch Complexity or
it seems like NRG? Last time we did it, Dignitas were in North America, baby. So it's been a long time. With that, we appreciate your guys' patience, and we thank you so much for continuing to show Rocket League support. First lane back in 2 years, and I know the Swedish major is a huge milestone DEADZONE and Moment for Rocket League. So continue to tweet out the stream, get your friends in here.
NRG.
Sonic,
All right.
any specific anecdotes, nodes, or points of interest that you'd like to bring up about?
I see Musty sometime. True.
Play out of their skulls in order to take down the big dogs.
Oh man, I don't know what to expect. Like, there's so much that you get expectations, you have ideas of what could happen, but then you go back and you start thinking about, we haven't been on LAN in 2 years. Like, what does that throw into this? What are these players feeling right now? The guys that do have experience. I talked about all the experience on the NRG side. Does that hold weight anymore? It's been 2 years since they've done it, Spaceman, and we're in game 1.
Second match here on B Stream for the LAN, and it's been a while since Supersonic and I have been able to share a mic together. So we'll see how things go today early on. But for Era Eternity, keys to victory going against NRG. Take the ball away from Garrett.
Sweep? You think it's going to be a sweep?
Get it out of his hands. More specifically, you're going to have to wait to see what Justin does from the backboard. It's already NRG putting the pressure early on. We're only 20 seconds in.
Seconds in, and a little bit of back and forth. Nobody really in dominant control quite yet, but opportunity for Era. They're going to clear that one away, and it'll just fall into the corner. NRG back downfield. So looking for an early shot. Won't be able to get it down,
Ooh.
but that's scary. Garrett had the space, just didn't have the boost to finish that one. And, you were saying take the ball away from Garrett. That's not taking it away. That's giving him the clear path to victory if you let him have boost and make that push off the crossbar. Get
Oh.
down and in.
Early on in this series, we're looking for NRG to establish that rhythm they've had for what seems like 2 years straight in North America, which is just overwhelming pressure on offense and relentless pressure when it comes to scoring goals at will. When you look at a team like Envy, hold on for the moment, they're usually able to get by with 1 or 2 goals. For NRG, it really comes through a flurry of transitions down the sideline. But so far, Era doing a very nice job of taking the ball away. We'll see how things play out as Justin clears it back to midfield, and Garrett will follow in closely behind. Math keeping it up. With about 3 minutes still to play here in game 1. No goals just yet, so changing the rhythm already here on the B Stream as things are much slower in the start.
I do have a new key to victory for NRG, and that is get the ball underneath the crossbar. You need to get it down and into the net. Shooting a little high here, everybody on the team. Garrett's had a couple looks where he's, shot 2-3 high off that crossbar so far.
Oh, he's getting bumped by his own
Challenge
teammates.
in the midfield. That's going to send it back the other way, and it's interesting to see that the shot's just off. Is that land nerves? What is it? That's not something I'm used to seeing out of them on the accuracy. That's something you expect NRG to get down and on point.
We certainly do.
Demo.
Early on, well, that demos might help. Good save at the goal line. Nicely done. As Era will hold off for the moment. Already one potential look. NRG can't find the back of the net. 2:38 and counting as this one flips up towards the blue side, and Math will try to carry it out, but more challenges, and here again comes Garrett G. Extending into the box. Snipes will take it right back out. Traded possessions a couple of times, but these extensions have been cut off by NRG, and once more, the defense will have to hold off strong if they want to keep this at 0-0. Garrett right back to midfield, gives it to Astramic, who will again clear it to the corner.
Nice little challenge there early. Garrett makes sure that he gets into that corner. Doesn't let them clear it out. They're trying to get some of that lockdown offense, keep the ball in that half. Nobody will be able to get up for that one, though, and Stromic's going to try and bring it out. Nice little challenge again, though, from Squishy, keeping the ball in the half. They don't have anything to show for it yet, but you are starting to see a bit of that pressuring offense where NRG can kind of lock you in your half for extended periods.
If you're going to beat NRG, you got to do it very early. You're talking like game 1 and 2 of the series.
Yeah.
You don't want to take them the distance or give them a 2-1 lead. See how things play out. Garrett going to take it away. A lot of boost to be able to burn this one towards the backboard. Snipes, not a great clear. And a bit of a traffic jam at the moment in the corner as Justin still 1v3s his way forward. That down one makes it a power advantage here for NRG. And now we play it off the sidewall from Garrett.
Bro, Garrett looks like he's trying to be the guy, bro. That man's everywhere.
Off the backboard, nobody's there. NRG can't find the goal.
Yeah, that moment there was one they should have had. We had all three, you called it a traffic jam, had all 3 members of the opposing team in that corner there. NRG just had nobody in position to be able to make a play on it. That was
do it to him. Do it to him, Justin.
they were gonna get. Nice little touchdown and a great save away by Snipes. He gets just a piece of it off that shot.
Yeah, my prediction is Garrett's going to score the first goal.
Adjacent side, it's Astramic who pinches up on a pass to Snipes. These challenges from NRG are just going to make it so much more difficult to recover with boost and burn that as Justin clears it away again. Math is going to have to reel this one in. Dangerously gives it right back to Garrett to the backboard. NRG setting up nicely now before Snipes clears it away. We go back to midfield, and these are not looking great. These promising touches from NRG quickly get taken back. Era doing a very nice job of contesting a lot of the open looks.
Ooh.
Touch starting to get these shots on net. That one's on target, and first to score is going to be Matt from Era Eternity. Energy down 0-1. 25 left on the clock.
I'm telling you, man, there's something weird about day ones of majors. I know Rocket League hasn't had a lot of points at the time, but any esport you look at, dude, doesn't matter what you're seeing.
Yeah, man, NRG might not sweep them, bro. It might not sweep them unless they're just playing with him and Squishy's going to score right here.
Tries to take it back with 18 seconds. Can NRG now tie it up? Air Eternity getting on the board first here in their series. Their first match on land, their first match in the Swedish Major. And so far, the Fall Major's been promising for them. It's a 1-0 lead, and NRG circling, trying to tie things up. Justin, hide the backboard. That one's going to slowly come back down and ricochets off the ground. Can Math kill it? Can Era escape on defense? Can NRG find their opening goal here in the Major? It doesn't look like it will. And Era take the first game here in this best of 5.
Wow.
Well, interesting.
Wow.
The gate here, and you know you have to give it to Era Eternity though. They found.
Yo, what's up, Hugh? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Nah, yeah, man, they gotta add in Musty, bro.
High off the crossbar.
RLCS referees, they got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, bro.
early in the game there for NRG that they couldn't capitalize on. And then those moments where they did get those shots, they were soft touches in transition and great shadow defense out of the guys on Air Eternity, and they were able to just kind of slot it out and into their own corner. So defensively, they're holding up really strong. And
That's crazy, bro. NRG should, they should have somebody up. They should win, bro. They should win.
That shooter, forcing them to have to try and shoot it high and turn that pass either into, or that shot into a pass, or just miss their shot completely.
Yeah, Era's done a very nice job of just taking the ball away from NRG, contesting him on the open looks, not allowing a lot of passes from Garrett to Squishy or Justin to be congested in the corner. They're doing a very nice job of challenging NRG, which is what you're going to have to do. That's the key to victory. NRG are one of those teams that have...
He's looking good. Hey, bro, he did an interview. That man was looking cute, bro.
2 straight years when we played online, so they have all of the VOD available. You can go back and find a game plan. Now, speaking of that, let's get into game number 2. Already, it's Era Eternity with a 1-0 lead, and it could potentially be 1-0 in game 2. Era doing a very nice job early on to put some pressure on the orange half.
Garrett, a little bit of boost, going to try and take it low. It looks like he's trying to get Snipes to go high for it, but doesn't bite. He comes in, able to make the save. Cross, under the bar, Squishy,
there we go. There we go.
It's only a matter of time. Finally, they
Let's go, NRG. Let's go. Come on, man.
To the corner, make it a triple all the way around, and Squishy is there to secure it on the opposite side. Era Eternity giving up the first goal, but NRG get one right back, and that's all you really have to do, right? When it comes to
stop playing.
You know, Envy or NRG going into day 1 of a major, just get started. Get the scoring going, like what we saw with Dig. They did it quite nicely, and on the opposite end, a pinch, a save, and Math.
Okay, wow.
A little bit of action here in front of the net. Matt tries to force it through, but a great save. Crossbar over, and Matt coming back out of the net is going to make just enough of a turn to push that one in and not let it hit off the other post and come out. So tie game here. Again, Air Eternity able to strike. That's their second goal of the series, and they tie it up.
So a lot of time in this series. And if you're
really, if NRG, bro, if they lose to this team,
it's redirected all the way to the opposite corner.
Worries. They always just get in the finals somehow, so we good.
Justin on the back line will have to meet this ball on the challenge, but Snipes does a nice job at the 50 game to get that right back out. It's a pass to the backboard before cleared back to Astramic, who's going to slow. Plenty of boost in the tank. And a full one on the opposite end. Here comes Math. The connection won't be there. Squishy takes it right back, gives it to Snipes, who will have to slow this, and it looks like NRG might get possession yet again.
Astramic is going to go ahead. Nice little soft touch. Tries to put it in just under the crossbar, but Garrett's there. Not too hard for him to go ahead and get a save there. Justin up. Can he do Justin-like things? No, nothing going to come from that touch.
He said no.
It's a good challenge by Justin, but Astramic will still yet again take it away. For NRG going into this series, again, they're the heavy favorites for a reason. The way they've been playing in North America, they're the undisputed kings at the moment.
Oh.
But G2's been closely on their heels. FaZe's been closely on their heels, and NV trying to make a run at things as well. The top 4 in North America is so highly contested, but NRG in a lot of people's brackets to make a deep run here this weekend.
I would expect them to make a fairly deep run, but this performance so far, not quite what we would expect out of them. It may just be getting used to, again, international play. You don't get to play these guys too often.
Hey, yes, sir. Fennec, yeah.
In a sense where you've seen them at a balance.
Oh, that's open.
Etc. Until this land in 2 years.
My fault. Am I?
So, I think that we are going to get some upset storylines over the course of this major, but I don't know that it's going to come here. NRG is starting to kind of find their way through. They're looking cleaner and cleaner in the rotations. They're starting to find more
Boost management? I know, bro.
passes, though they haven't converted them into anything. You can see them starting to kind of piece this together and push that ball down into the opponent's half more often than not.
Now with that, it's Era starting to apply some pressure on the backboard, and they've been very keen on trying to bump out Justin and remove Garrett from the play. Speaking of which, a nice hesitation from Math, but that one dangerously will careen around the backboard. Garrett keeping it alive. We've seen this play before, but it was Justin filling in his position. Squishy secured the first goal. Since Era's response, we've seen nothing. It's been about 3 minutes of just consistent back and forth volleyball. As Snipes once more flips it off the backboard, but taken away by Squishy, cut down by Era, and more pressure back out to midfield. Math going to try to circle back in on the rotation. He will, however, fall back to goalie. Snipes trying to keep it alive, keep it on the ground. And unfortunately, with that demo, now you just try to play keep away from NRG, but Garrett steals it out. NRG still looking for their second goal of not only this series, but really this.
Oh, yeah, do it to him? Oh, bro, no way. Oh, my God, bro.
Couple little soft touches back.
Oh, Garrett.
Garrett tries to slot it, and another save, and another. Garrett Eternity is a brick wall right now.
I don't know if it's Era's defense or NRG's just inability to score. 3 different chances where they just couldn't get.
Okay, wait a minute, bruh. Wait a minute.
Opportunity.
You're plat. Okay, I don't want to hear anything from you. You're plat. It's just great defense. All of them were on frame. I don't want to hear anything from him.
It will not connect. Justin looking for Squishy, who leaves off on the play. Will move through the corner. Here comes Justin up midfield. Not a lot of boost, but plenty of time to make this one interesting. 45 seconds to go. NRG looking for their second goal as Snipes on the extension. Math centered. Can't find it. NRG good on the defensive end.
Astronomic looking for the shot. Almost.
Oh, what a save.
Make the dive. Comes down. Gets the block. This one up, carry for Garrett. No boost, just gonna have to try and come off this one. Actually steals a boost and tries to force back. Can't beat Snipes for it. Just cannot find their way through. And again, you said it, you don't know if it's the defense or, I don't know if it's the defense or just the ability of players in South America because they're so aggressive to just scramble when they need to on defense. It's
Oh my God, do it to him, Squishy. Oh.
Of their defenses.
Well, don't give NRG that much room to breathe if you're Era. You can still game 2. This series gets interesting. NRG keeping it up with no time on the clock. It will touch the golden goal opportunity here in game 2. Era with an opportunity to go up 2-0 in the series.
This could be huge for them, saying that they needed a win early. They did get that first one. Shot on target. Save. Finish. Can't get it.
What a save, bro.
This is huge. If they go up 2-0 to start this off, we might end up looking very foolish in our picks here.
I blame Gummer. I literally said I want to pick Era. He said no. So I blame production.
I
blame production.
as well, if this does happen, just so I have somebody else to blame.
It's not only just about trying to move through your series 3-0, but you know, even if you win this 3-1, 3-2 for NRG, if you go to those head-to-heads, series count does matter.
Ooh.
Squishy getting a little bit physical on Astronomic, but Astronomic will escape some of the pressure. Can't get it back out to midfield. NRG now moving through the defensive end. Squishy looking for that offensive third, but it will not connect. Justin doing a very nice job of just isolating some attention away from the ball. STRG will circle back with a bit of boost, and Squishy now in a 1v2. Make it a 1v1, but Astronomic will take him out of the play before Squishy responds very quickly. A 3-2 power play here for NRG. They're looking for the clear, and they finally get it.
Down, but a good spread off of that. The other two players kind of playing forward, waiting.
You're in the more awkward.
Demo.
Oh, but you made a bad touch.
In the able to move that ball down. Nobody home in the net. It falls short. Yes! What a save! Who was that? I didn't even see the name on them. Last
Oh no. Oh no, Garrett. Oh no. Ooh.
cannot force Garrett out of the way.
You got to think at some point it's going to fall for NRG. You have to think. It's Squishy with a side pass to Justin. Can we get all three involved on this one? Where's Garrett? Back at midfield. He'll get the challenge, but Math actually evades it.
Oh no.
Stromik in a 1v1. Flips it right back to
Oh,
Justin.
okay. Justin's there. Justin's there. No worries. I saw Squishy and I saw 2v1. I was like, oh no.
Back to Math. A 1-2 pass upfield, which leads way to Era Eternity now on the counterattack. It's a 1v1, and Garrett's the only one there before Snipes pokes it away. Every time we see a shovel pass from NRG, Era are just there to cut it down quickly. You can't find much.
Yeah, you can see that Garrett's aware that really, these guys are playing that kind of scramble defense. They are playing super forward, super aggressive still. So he's starting to try to find bumps and demos. He had the one, but they haven't been able to
Everybody put in chat right now. Who y'all think's going to win right now this game?
off of those demos.
Energy or Eternity?
That will eventually create the hole in the space that they need to get that free open net.
We're starting to see Garrett play a little
The
bit.
money honestly is on Eternity, bro.
Great pass down, but Squishy was not there in time to be able to meet it. You will circle back to the midfield line before Snipes cuts it off, and Math with the redirect will lead way to a backboard. Here's a chance. Era not finding much. NRG's defense looking very nice at the moment. Great clear game for them for the time being. As Garrett will escape downfield. No one around. Just has to beat a Stromik. He won't get there. Here comes Squishy.
All right. Kevin said NRG. Spike says NRG. Oh my God.
Diving save from Snipes keeps this game alive. OT continues.
That might be it, bro. I think that might be it.
This is the strangest game number 2 for a major I think I've seen in a long time.
It's just so it's just unexpected.
Always like that, bro, with NRG.
Like it hasn't been like, oh, they're just, oh, there it is.
What a shot. What a shot, Justin. What a shot.
Break through the area eternity.
Finally, man. 3 minutes out of OT. Nice.
Clean rotations. Every time we saw a save, it was on the goal line. Last moment, do or die, have to make that touch, and they just continued to find those saves. Finally, NRG worked their way through an OT, and they'll tie up the series 1-1.
That's almost a must-win for NRG in that game, too. If they go that entire OT and they end up
100%.
losing down 2-0, look, that's not saying they won't eventually win the series.
Yeah. Nice, man. Nice.
In the series, but if you go down 0-2 like that,
They shouldn't be losing, bro. This should have been a sweep.
you have to hit
Or this should be like a sweep, bro.
That's why you have a coach there standing in the background. Again, you
Be 3-1.
your screens. It's a live look into the studio. NRG escaping a game 2, like quite literally escaping the pressure. I mean, that was
a good way to put it.
That was one of the strangest games I think I've seen NRG play in 2 years. That was just weird.
I will say this, the pacing looks better out of NRG. So we kind of have this like shadow defense back and forth due to the over aggression down.
Take a minute timeout.
Never felt like there was big overcommits or like defensively that there was any kind of like dire situation for NRG. Where on the other end, it felt like that the whole way through. If the ball was in their half, somebody was panicking to try and get there and make that save. So if that continues, if that feel continues over here into game 3, this is where NRG starts kind of slowly taking control. You're going to see that veteran play style come through, the LAN experience come through, and the nerves.
Hey guys, 1-1. 1-1.
Continue to control the pitch the way.
Bro, love from India. Hey, yo, what's up, man?
That was an open net.
What's up, Kumar? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream.
NRG looked like maybe they've turned things.
Hey, yo, what's up? I want to play with NRG. Yes, what a game, man. Yes, sir.
The first couple of games, you could be seeing another OT here, Super. But
Yeah, man. All these games have been good so far.
needs to change.
Watch the Envy versus Ground Zero, which is only the first one.
Really, it's been a
But then Energy right here has been a good game so far.
We've seen them take shots. They had a ton of them. Last game is probably somewhere in the 15 to 20 total for the team. They got 2 goals.
But yeah, much love, guys. Welcome to the stream.
6 shots out of Garrett and didn't really have much to show for it. And by not much, I guess it means 0. They had nothing to
pass.
show for it in that first game with the number of shots we saw happening. This one going to fall in front of the net. Justin all the way up. All 3 commit. Nothing to come from it.
Good clear out by Math. This is game 3 for just joining us. You can see it on your screen, but I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
NRG survive an OT.
Gotcha, Kumar.
They tie up the series.
Energy has a chance to make a stance right now. They do.
Somehow that's still on target. It was almost a back pass to a save. And another follow-up here for NRG is Squishy. Slowly to the backboard. Anyone else there? Garrett can't get in time. And Justin will have to clear it away. That was the most
think he got bumped.
that was the most unusual 30 seconds of this series so far.
It was the way that the camera was switching because he was kind of going for that reverse aerial, and I think he got hit by an opponent that we couldn't see as the camera shifted that sent him into the ball and almost caused him to get pool shotted and shoot on his own net.
Nice
That's not the way you
Era.
want to score.
Ooh, bro. So awkward.
I guess you never want to get scored on anyway, right?
We've seen some weird touches this one. But that's the beauty of Major Time, Super. Literally, the strangest things happen, and it turns out to be a chaotic show, which I know fans have been waiting for 2 years. And already, not disappointing. Dignitas coming out hot, Envy getting sent to Turbo's home turf, both literally and figuratively. And at this point, NRG now in a tied series against Era Eternity, which...
When Energy lose, I can't sleep tonight. No, yeah. I feel that.
First match in the major.
Yeah, Energy should win, man. Energy should win.
Math will be up early in another double whiff. We've seen this a few times so far in this game where, you know, ships passing in the night, nobody makes contact with the ball. Snipe tries to...
They don't win, bro. I don't know.
Can't make it happen, though.
I wouldn't worry, though, because they always have, they always get into the finals no matter what, though.
Midfield presence has been pretty solid from Era, and I think that just has to do with how often they're downfield. They don't really like to get back into their own half, but they've been doing a great job with midfield presence here the past minute or so and really trying to take control. Nothing turning into any offensive pressure, but they're able to maintain possession, which is against NRG. Step number one, right? If you can't possess the ball, you're not going to be able to get the shots you need, but they've got to find a way to turn in some pass plays. They've got to find a way to not have to just try and solo the ball through.
Well, the danger for NRG is they can essentially do that. They can beat you individually. They can beat you as a team. Yeah, Mara, and going into this, the win condition for Era was to take the ball away, to make it as difficult as possible for NRG to find one another and force that individual challenge. So far, they've done that. Another huge 50. That one's on target, but no one else is there for Era to back it up. I think Math was waiting for the extra touch, and maybe that slows down to a 50, but Era being a little bit hesitant now as Squishy just
Squishy.
two and gets the demo. NRG with a power play chance. Garrett clears it right to Math, who luckily will have teammates in support as they spawn up in time.
Big aerial, Justin, boost to spin, gonna go up for it. Can he get it through the midfield? No, he'll get met by Snipes. He'll slow that one back down. Is this the right series? Like, NRG versus Era Eternity, I was expecting this to be just a battle of the shootouts almost. You always expect that when you have a team out of the South America region hitting the pitch. It's been a battle of the defenses almost. It's 0-0, final 30 seconds here once again.
Well, it's first series of the major. You're getting some of the nerves out.
Off the mark.
You're getting back in the rhythm of the fact that you're back on land. For Era, this is their first big test. Unfortunately, that's just how the bracket works, and they have to play the best team in North America. So, you know, things
True.
could be, they could always be worse, but you get what you give it.
Oh, Justin. Oh, man.
Could we be going to OT yet again? There's the pass.
Oh, the pass.
Off target.
Oh, my God.
It's still a little difficult, and this one should touch. We go to OT yet again. Back-to-back games in this series.
Dang, bro.
Chance at a 2-1 lead.
Repeatedly looking for that lower left corner, too, was NRG. Justin.
Oh, yeah, do it to him.
Solo play, can't get it past Matt. Didn't have enough boost to rotate down and get to it in time, and that one's just going to fall in. 11 seconds in. Garrett with the soft touch takes down game number.
What a play.
NRG is really just making their fans wait through this excruciating process, and then they.
I'm gonna lie, he's right.
Back to back, where NRG have closed the deal. 2-1 lead in the series, and well, that wasn't really an OT. It was just kind of like everybody just shut up and played an extra 10 seconds. That works. Garrett finds the goal, the only one of the game. I mean, you had 3 saves for Astromic, so the defense for.
Yeah, bro, he ain't lying.
Held NRG to what? A goal a game? It just has not.
Energy makes everyone like be like, what?
Yeah, they've been able to keep them down to only 3 goals scored total. What, 0 game 1, 2 last game, and 1 this game. So they're doing a great job of holding NRG back, but they're not really finding ways to find each other in transitions. The pass plays just aren't there. A lot of it ends up being these aerial battles, trying to win the ball in the midfield and then try to you know, use that little bit of boost you've got left to try and get down and make something happen. You need plays. You've got to find a way to get NRG uncomfortable in the box so that you can create opportunities. And I'm just not
tries.
come together yet for Era.
Yeah, I mean, what they have is good. What Era has in terms of their game plan, the way that they've approached NRG is good. They just have not been able to capitalize on some of their counterattacks down the field. That's really what's separated, is that they have been struggling to put points on the board. And as simple as that may be, that's as simple as it is. They are not winning these games outright. They have to go to OT, and NRG are taking advantage. You're not going to beat NRG in OT often. You're not going to be able to take them the distance. So if you're going to beat them, you beat them early in the game. We saw that in game 1, a little bit in game 2. NRG bounced back, however, 2 games in a row. NRG on the verge of the first spaceman sweep of the fall major. We love that.
If you get to cast the first one, it'd be amazing. That one going to be saved away, and Squishy also gets a demo on Dramic there in the middle of that. Really got to find that. Looking for, again, I'm going to be watching for Era this time. I got to see some sort of pass play. Find each other in traffic. Whiff on a pass. I asked for a pass. Pass comes in. You know, another missed ball.
And
I'm wondering if it's
she failed to qualify. Yeah, man. Yeah.
That I'm used to seeing out of
it was very, very tough.
South American players. Waterfall down. Touch.
We killed about 50 seconds so far in this game number 4. We're on Coliseum. If you're just joining us, it's been a bit of a slugfest. NRG have had to work overtime to get this one done. They currently have the series lead, just 1 game away from winning their first match here on the LAN. There's Justin with a nice save, and Garrett will take that one away from the own goal line, but quickly sent back. Snipes trying to keep it alive. Now more room given to Justin with a bit of boost to burn. He'll get the reset all the way down. Can't dunk his way through, but threatening as it may be, NRG looking poised for a first goal here in game 4.
This one here. Got to be on Garrett as he brings it through the corner. Has some space. Nobody in front of him. Over Snipes. Throws it up. Justin's there. And that's the type of pass play.
What a shot.
Nice little give. Just a quick toss up from Garrett here over the defender. And Justin always ready to jump for just about any ball. You put it somewhere where he thinks he might be able to touch it, he's probably going for it.
That's what Garrett gives you. That's why he's the captain. Just puts it on a dime and Justin's able to meet it. And that's the energy you guys probably expect. For Era, now is the time to respond. They've done it so far in this series, but when it's come to crunch time, they have struggled. Looking for a slower pass out to Squishy, and maybe just try to play with your food here. String the defense along on the outside, try to spread out the goal line, and you get a little bit easier to find those interconnected passes. So far, it's Math looking for the extension, but Justin yet again will take it away. We've seen this before, a big win. Down to Garrett G. The clear out to the sidewall. Squishy will be there to meet it. NRG looking for their second goal, and Garrett on the slow, but nicely played by Era to recognize the touch. Yet again, they will try to block this one away.
Infield over and over and over again. You can see that they're just looking to play clean Rocket League at this point. NRG looks comfortable. They're not looking to go out there and try and flip reset their way through you. They're not doing any of that. They're just looking for where the hole is and trying to set the ball up for a teammate. And right now, they feel like the infield is the weak spot. You can see them go for it 3-4 times in a row there on that last attack.
It's crazy how quickly this game just goes by. Only 2 minutes really to go and some change. Era hunting for a goal in what seems like a drought of sorts. Can't find the double tap off the backboard. And NRG not giving them a lot of room, Super, to extend these plays, right? Once they get up to the backboard, it's NRG taking it away, sending it to the corner. You let Garrett move downfield like he's doing now. You're burning boost from Era, so they don't have a lot of time to be able to find one another. And what seemed like Era's approach, which was, you know, play the one-on-one challenge, now it's NRG saying, we'll play you one-on-one, and we'll take the ball away as quickly as you get it back on a counterattack.
Yeah, they're looking to play them in that kind of man-to-man situation, but they're also, again, it's their field awareness is just a little bit higher, it feels like. They're finding the hole. They're finding their way through the...
Yeah, NRG should win 3-1. They should win 3-1.
Little touches, nothing crazy. And again, the boost expenditure on the Era side, each time they come down, you'll see that they're doing, you know, almost self-touches, looking for a double touch off the backboard, which turns into maybe I can get the read, but...
Hey, yes, sir.
Justin, he'll solo his way through.
Like to see it.
And, a little 1-1-7 action for the day. Very fitting.
Very fitting. And a 2-0 lead for NRG, which might feel very fitting as things finally are breaking open. And they have a commanding lead here in Game 4 with how they've been playing. Complete ball control past midfield. Era need a complete turnaround if they want to tie this game up. Still plenty of time, but it's going to take a goal within the next 20 seconds to make this realistic. NRG escape back down midfield. Squishy will leave off of the play before Snipes takes it away. Off his own back wall. 27 in the tank, and he gets it around one. But again, no one else is around for Era, waiting for NRG to make the response, and instead, we go back to the kind of this reactionary style on the counterattacks. Set up for a chance, but Era just can't find the opening.
That's probably the best way that we've said it so far. I'm going to give you credit there. It's reactionary. It's reactionary right now out of Era. It's these solo plays. This one, first time it looked like it was going to be a pass play in field.
I wonder what the score right now is with Complexity right now.
Cut off.
I think they're playing, right?
To find this, but it
feels I thought my internet went out. I was like, what?
Switch in the game plan. 20 seconds left, down 2 here, and a must-win is not the time to make that change. They needed to figure that out earlier in the game. Really, they needed to figure that out probably towards the end of Game 2 in the series.
Ooh.
Solo effort there. Garrett can't get it in.
6 seconds to go. The first series for NRG and Era. Looks like it's going to NRG. And with that, NRG will win their first of the fall major. Nicely done all the way down to Game 4. It looked a little bit shaky, but with all that said, it's a 3-1 win, and, well, that's all.
Bro, no way. Oh, my God.
That's done. NRG doing very nicely in their opening start here of the major. And for fans, sigh of relief. Breathe. It's okay. They won their opening match, but all credit to Era Eternity for how they played that all the way to Game
Justin
4.
is back. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that one could have gone 5. And really, I think the credit does go to NRG, though. You see that experience come through. You can see the nerves settle. That Game 1.
Let me see the Team BDS. Where's the Complexity? What's happening right now?
Because they love their story, and 3, because the better Complexity do, the better it is for North America. With
oh, wow, just started.
Every single team here, and the teams watching on from
just started, man.
Are rooting for their national colleagues. And Complexity have started this game good as well. They could
Complexity is up 1. Yes, sir. 1 game. They're up 1 game.
There, but just look at the pressure that Complexity are putting on them. Do you remember when Team BDS used to just suppress the opponent's defense and pin them down?
Complexity, they want no part in that. None of those silly fun and games that BDS like to have. The Frenchman and the Spaniard, you can't touch us. We're going in your blue. You're not coming anywhere near the orange side of the pitch. Raise ball, clearing it into the corner, will try and work it back into the blue, and does so magnificently. AJG continues
Monkey Moon.
Monkey Moon, but can catch it. And a couple of those mechanical touches from Monkey Moon to alleviate the pressure on the defense are lovely.
Also loving AJG continuing to show BDS no respect, going for the demo as he came out the game. On that occasion, didn't need too much, but it does just mean they can get a bit more boost. They can keep the attack going, and they can really start to...
Look at this man. This man is focused, bruh. He's focused.
Sees a slice of that ball, but can't get there. It's a really good pass towards Extra, who can't quite connect, but a better example of how BDS can play this game.
With Monkey Moon, though, opportunities start to rise, and the double save from Rashad and AJG will begin the ball away. Extra beaten to it again by Complexity. They described their playstyle in those pre-match interviews as, we're just a really quick team, and BDS, I don't think they're prepared for it.
I think they will be, though. We know that this is a team that can adapt. We know that this is a team that improves as series go on, at least online and EU. So there's no data to suggest that Complexity are going to be able to run away with this one. At some point, we will see Team BDS with Kale behind them improve them.
That data with our single data point, something that we are going to be harping on about a lot. But, you know, worse science has been done with more data.
AJG into the corner, gets the flip reset, but can't do anything with it except let Raise ball in. He can do all sorts of damage himself in the flip reset capacity. I mean, all 3 of these guys from Complexity, they just love going for, I would say, the most beautiful type of solo goal, getting that boost back and that dodge back. Mark by 8, his clearance into the corner is only as far as Extra. Goes for the challenge on Raise ball, but not got it at all. So many clean touches for Complexity.
Vital block there by Mark by 8. There was a Complexity attacker ready to lunge on that ball when it entered the net.
Yeah, guys. Also, too, if y'all guys are new to the stream, new to the channel, please subscribe. Help me out so much. I would really appreciate it.
Oh! Called on to it. The tip over the top isn't able to work its way in. Now Raise ball to the right side. has to force Mark Bay onto the ceiling with 70 boost, though. He is not going to be left out of the game for long.
That would have been absolutely beautiful had that redirect gone in to break the deadlock in game 2. It still could be a chance for Complexity. Extra nips in there quickly. AJG now shoots. He hits
wow, what a shot, bro.
take the lead.
Crossbar down, AJG making dreams. As he starts to leave that box, he turns around, sees Monkey Moon, I could just outspeed you here. Did you not hear our interview? Complexity, 1-0 up, 2 minutes remain. EU utterly molding right now.
Already it's looking like Team BDS.
Yeah, I can already tell it's going to be a good game. Good series.
Team BDS barely able to escape the blue half. They can barely defend these solo plays that are coming in. Took a couple of them there from Team BDS just to stop the flip reset, but that's better there from Monkey Moon. Where's this one falling? It's towards Extra. Team BDS could be about to get back in this, and they are.
Extra drawing us level, just under 2 minutes remaining as Monkey Moon does get that side wall pass to Mark by 8, up utterly uncontested. Middle of the net is there for the taking as well. This game is so
I want Complexity. I want Complexity to win.
Such few goals per game, and now all of a sudden we're seeing it.
1-0. Team BDS back in the game, back in business, and trying to fake out Shad there. That's not going to happen, unfortunately, marked by 8. But just showing that BDS are trying to be a little bit more creative and make Complexity think as they work their way slowly but surely back into this series. That one to the backboard, and Shad gets in quickly. Extra's touches a little bit odd again, and he's been struggling somewhat this season.
Yeah, he has, and I think it comes down to knowing what his teammates are capable of. And with Extra being on that sort of lower side of the stats, we only really say that because of what we can see him do through the RLCS X season and how incredible he has been. But going towards the bottom of the table, you'll see him repeatedly. He's 15th in assists from every single team that has made it here so far. He's 14th in demos per game. Not the biggest stat ever, but, you know, at the bottom is not where Extra wants to be residing.
Shad is residing deep in Team BDS territory. He takes it to the ceiling and shoots, but it's saved by BDS. One thing I would say is BDS are looking more comfortable, even if they have to double up on these Complexity solo plays. Look at Extra there, challenging Raiseball in the air before he can redirect that ball. This is where it's a bit more dangerous, where Monkey Moon is isolated, but he used all of his boost almost. Managed to clear it long. 2 Extra. AJG challenges and gets away with the ball as well. And Mark,
so you can honestly feel kind of like the vibe.
Yeah, they need to.
With like
a bad rash. And Chad, he wants to
mainstream and then like a second stream. Like just by the announcers, if that makes sense.
Sees a man central, goes to the net himself with the dunk.
What a save.
Mark Bay arriving late.
It was a really good effort there from Monkey Moon. He made such a name for himself doing those dribbles, and he's still getting BDS chances. Extra puts it to the backboard, but it's defended incredibly well. Again by Raiseball. Shad at that near post, not letting BDS through, and now maybe they give themselves a chance. Here's Raiseball. He puts it to
Oh my god, bro.
And it collapses down to give us our second.
What a play, man. That would have been such a nice play.
Right now, as previously, that shot goes in off the crossbar. This time, though, Rocket League gods decide, nay, we shall have overtime again. Complexity, they win this, they force the reverse sweep from BDS. Otherwise, BDS bringing us level, that's the position they want to find themselves in. And they are Europe's sweethearts. Complexity tearing through 2 regions at this rate.
Well, not quite yet, because Team BDS have the ascendancy in the overtime right now, but that's another clean 3, 4, 5 touches from Shad. Sending that ball away and getting AJG something to chase, but that double tap from Extra could make things much trickier. Extra has nicked the boost there. That is such an important boost deal because it meant that the attack from Complexity had no teeth on it at all.
45 seconds have passed in the overtime. It has been relatively even as now Raiseball goes for the...
Oh, what a save!
His hood, and Shad still saves it. But Mark Baye moves in for the kill. Complexity were wounded.
Dang, bro.
Team BDS have their first ever RLCS LAN game victory. They've taken it from behind against Complexity, showing that they still have their fight.
This is going to be a great series.
Question from them so far this season. BDS play.
Kim Jong does Chess. Thank you for the subscribe, man.
We're going to keep
Appreciate
going on
you.
about this for the next 2 days as well, because if you get a game win, you're suddenly going to be coming up towards the top end of the seeds in
Kim
your
Jong
group
does
for the
Chess.
win-losses. Complexity starting off the scoring, and so much passion on their faces throughout. I just love seeing what this means to these teams.
There was actually a bump from Monkey Moon on Raise Ball there that set, I think it was extra for that first goal to give them a chance to get back in there. And then
1,000 viewers, bro.
Not miss those.
Monkey Moon plays so close to his
Like
monitor.
Rocket League, though.
That is unbelievably close. Extra's about 2 miles away. He's not bothered. Somebody that I am bothered about, though, is Orb and who he's talking to.
29,000 viewers. Okay, okay.
That is right. We're standing here in the Swiss Abyss. The action is heating up. Sathu, welcome, good sir. Okay, this is coach for G2. First land for this brand new G2. How are we feeling?
Honestly, we're feeling really good. Ever since I got here, we were able to get in some replay reviews, and honestly, the team's looking really good. I like everything I'm seeing right now.
Looking at the game we just had on the main stage, BDS versus Complexity, who do you think is going to be the victor when it's all said and done after the series?
You know, honestly, just experience-wise, I think this is going to be BDS. You know, Complexity's a great team. I expect them to surprise a lot of people here. I actually expect them to make it to playoffs, but I think BDS takes this one.
All right, well, let's find out. Will BDS take this one, guys? Setting it back to you.
Bro, come on. I don't want BDS to win. I want Complexity, bro.
Just from experience.
Come on,
to be honest,
man.
you're much smarter than I am, but I'm not sure I agree. I mean, Complexity, they have had the experience of dominating their own region. They're
so cool how it's set up, bro.
Region and playing incredibly well there, and now they have their third experience coming to this LAN, taking game 1 against BDS, then losing game 2. We know that this is the team that can adapt on the fly. In their playoffs, they lost 3 games in a row to Space Station Gaming before waking up, mixing up their play somewhat, winning the last 2 to qualify. They will not be shaken by BDS improving their game, but BDS will be feeling a lot more confident in themselves now.
I can't believe you've just been so rude to Sathu. He gave his nice little opinion, and you're there going, no, no, I'm the analyst. Don't you dare try and do my job.
He's only a coach, former pro.
Yeah,
What does he know about Rocket League?
I don't know, more than you, mate. 30 seconds gone.
He said more than you might.
Alongside everyone from BDS, the conveyor belt of shark's teeth at the moment.
This is looking a lot more like...
He was low-key throwing shade, bro.
Constantly barreling pressure on their opponents. Extra takes to the skies of the air dribble. It's saved by Shad out wide. And how good was his clearance? It's towards Mark Bayet, who makes a huge mistake, allows Complexity in, and then Mark Bayet has to fix it himself. That was a really risky touch, and now it's Complexity who have all the pressure.
I love when Complexity move into their attacking form, because they clearly have 2 different ideas of how they want to play this game. There's their defense mode, and then there's their offense mode. Defensively, they throw themselves at every ball when they can, and they still keep it out. Their rotations are so well done that they aren't letting in many goals at all. On their offense style, they just take turns. They're relatively polite, realistically. They're going towards the ball, they're saying, no, that's mine. Okay, you know what? I missed it. After you, pal.
Not only that, but they go for bumps and demos to help each other out even. A perfect team.
So altruistic of them.
Very gentlemanly. Now here's Shad the gentleman with wonderful hair as well. Lovely pass to his teammates. AJG's up. Look at Raze Ball.
Lucky pass.
Mark Bayet had to beat him to it and did do that well, but I would say it's a better start to Game 3 for Complexity. Seems to have Team BDS pinned back after BDS made the better start. Mark Bayet, good composure there. I was worried for a second. He dodged that one towards AGG. Didn't fall for that mistake.
Yeah, very clever. I saw AJG's positioning.
Waiting.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
He did everything right that he could have done because he's
preserved all of his control, yes sir.
He didn't have to go in the air. His presence was enough just to shock Mark Bayet to do that. Great doink up. Monkey Moon can receive it on that right wall as well. Can he get it central towards a teammate? Not quite as the touch from Raze Ball gets it clear. The fake from Shad, and now Complexity, they're taking turns.
Oh, AJG was off on the hunt, searching for some bumps or demos to get to. Team BDS were just so grateful to see that ball roll all the way along the top of their goal, but Complexity coming in again. Extra will actually get a clean touch there to send it out wide. It's got a little bit ping-pongy, but these demos from Shad and the gang seems to be what's going to break that up.
It's so nice just getting rid of anybody that they can on that back line, because what is easier than playing 3v3? It's 3v2.
It's true.
You may as well take him out of the game.
Statistically absolutely correct, Stumpy Goblin yet again. His Shad AJG going for more bumps. He really has got a taste for BDS blood, and he's looking for more. Shad's turning for this one quickly, but it's going to be nowhere near to getting that ball, so Extra can clear it away. Team BDS just need to hold for a little while, in my opinion, make sure they don't concede in what is a really good spell for Complexity. If they can survive, they can continue to attack themselves.
Oh, gosh.
That's just a different style to what BDS are used to, and they're being forced into that playstyle right now. They need to be a bit more patient and wait towards the back because Complexity are bearing down so hard on them. This is essentially cross-regional karma because they're now experiencing what they have done to Europe almost the entire season. Complexity shutting them down and pinning them back in their own half. It's a horrible, suffocating style, and now that you've got both these teams playing it, everyone's just got a bag on their head.
I'm sure Team BDS feel very guilty about that as well, Stumpy. You know, they sit down and think about what they've been doing. What they have been doing is defending for the last 2 minutes or so. Here's a chance for a double tap. Is there? No, not quite.
Another doink from Mars.
Doink. They've been trying those ones. Raiseball to the backboard. There's no one there for Team BDS. Monkey Moon just hovers his car to get it away somewhat, but there was a fellow teammate of his there as well, which means that Shad can come in with a flip reset attempt. Now Raiseball, there's get way too much space. Team BDS have slowed down, and look how much space there is again on the backboard. Surely this is leading to something. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Boost starved, and Team BDS have conceded.
One goal with 1 minute left. That was just Complexity over and over again, sending the ball awkwardly above the net in that position where, as your BDS, you need to go. You need to burn the 12 or 24 you've only just picked up.
I love how much Complexity mixed up their approach there and their decision-making. Every time they had a chance to go solo, they would. And then occasionally, the Team BDS defense would just show a crack above the goal, and they would go for it, just like Monkey Moon has here. In fact, in return, they've been taking lessons of their opponents. Extra tries it again, but there were two there. What a touch from Raiseball. Won't lead to a goal, but it will send Team BDS all the way home.
That should have been a shot on net. Everyone on Complexity, they were waiting for the ball to come towards the net, but none of them in a good position. The backboard, just the wrong decision to go for there. BDS need a goal, final 30 seconds, otherwise Complexity, it's 2-1.
Shad out.
Oh, yeah, the read? Yes, sir.
Doesn't quite get it. That would have been a thing of absolute beauty and would have killed this third game there and then. As it stands, there's still 15 seconds left, but it's Complexity knocking on the door for a second time instead of BDS for the first. Will they get one more chance to give us a third overtime in a row?
Final 5 seconds as BDS have their final chance of this game. Complexity, though, block it strong. Raiseball blocks it well. As the ball nears the ground, Complexity can sniff the fourth game and a potential victory.
Oh, no. Oh.
Monkey Moon, can he get a flip reset on it? No. Complexity.
Let's go.
From taking down BDS.
You can see from the players' reaction that was not comfortable at all. Right at the end, it seemed like BDS would get a chance, and the ball just about hit the floor to give Complexity the victory that really they deserved, I think, on balance of the play and game.
Complexity. Yes, sir.
I mean, their approach to attacking is a thing of absolute beauty. Team BDS, look at this. It's that decision right there. He could have gone solo, instead went for the backboard. Difficult to defend.
I mean, that's basically what Extra is going for a little bit earlier on as well, where he just hit it to the backboard instead of going for that main shot. But Complexity just did it better. They just did it at a better time. And now the team from Europe that everybody thought may well collapse through this competition.
That man's sweating, bro.
That is on the cards. There's no collapse just yet. By no means do they look bad, but Complexity, they just look like another level. The post hit, that's tantalizing.
So close to being an early brilliant start for Complexity. And they'll believe that they can kill this one now. They can smell BDS blood as AJG was searching for it earlier. Raiseball to the backboard, got a chance for a second touch, maybe. Not by it clears it, but what a pass that is from AJG. Still, decision.
Honestly, I think this might go into game 5. I think it's going to go into game number 5.
Seems to be at least putting Team BDS on the back foot right now.
Yeah, the back foot is not where BDS expect to find themselves either. Shad, with 2 free touches and sends it onto the backboard. Monkey Moon has to recover to then get the clear away. But AJG straight back in.
That touch from Shad as well showed how good the Complexity comms are right now. Normally, that's the sort of ball that you go up for with a fast launch aerial. You're already using what would be your dodge for a second jump. But Shad realized, because he had the call, there was no one from BDS around him, so he could actually use the dodge in the air. That only comes when you and your teammates are completely on the same wavelength.
It's a minute gone.
Imagine they weren't even like communicating on that. He just did it.
AJG to Shad to Raiseball. It's just defense on an utter push at the back. Complexity taking so much advantage of the speed that they are very, very aware they possess.
I mean, Monkey Moon is there on Team BDS. We've barely even mentioned his name, not particularly been a factor in this series. Does he have any magic up his sleeve?
Shad!
In the conversation for the best player in the world, but right now, AJG, Razebull, and Shad are just making Team BDS look like they're not as good as they are.
Shad just going for touch, leave, touch. AJG has to go in a 1v3 against everyone in BDS and nearly scores it. Mark, can he tap it in? Not quite. Has to go from the inner 90. Monkey Moon there in the position to sink it in.
There he is, Monkey Moon, his first goal of the series. It came from a Razebull clearance that just hit the post and fell for the Frenchman to give Team BDS the lead. I mean, again, I'd say that Complexity have been the better team in this game, just haven't, well, I think it's unfair to say they haven't taken their chances. Team BDS have defended them really well, but Complexity still looking more dangerous to me overall.
Chance for AJG to clear it long, only finds marked by 8 though. The ceiling pinch to send it right back where it came from. No U on that ball. Extra chance to go from the backboard. Does send it, but only as far as yet another Complexity player. Infield pass to Shad. He tried to go up high again to find AJG, but with an awkward pinch, we now see Complexity starting to have to defend. Not as much as they've made BDS defend, but it's something that they have to be considering. There is an eventuality.
Decent first touch attempt from Extra, but it was read pretty well by the Complexity player. And now Razebull has a chance to do what he does best, get the flip reset, and send it along over the top of Extra. Shad meets it there as well before Monkey Moon met him and can boom it long. He has 2 players to his right, wants to find them as soon as possible. Get that ball into the center, give his teammates a chance for a shot. Extra into that far corner. This is the chance now. Marked by 8, just shooting though. It's easy for Shad to defend, and then Monkey Moon misses to let in Razebull.
Seems like the chances that BDS can take, they do it with no real consideration of, will this really go in, or are we just going to challenge their defense? I get that they're going for it and they want to just challenge it as much as they can because the chances aren't coming. And this is with them leading in this game. The pressure is still on them. But BDS, they've held out incredibly well. Maybe it's just that, not time-wasting tactic, but the possession-heavy tactic.
We saw the exact same thing earlier on from Team Envy. They weren't at their best, but they still found a way to win against Ground Zero Gaming. And if Team BDS are grinding this one out, then you have to say that is a sign of a champion, because their defense has been really solid right now against this mixed and varied Complexity attack. They're taking their touches when they need, but occasionally just a little bit loose, and that's what letting Complexity in.
90 seconds remain until a Game 5 is potentially here yet again. This Monkey Moon on that right-hand corner gets caught out by Shad.
Oh my goodness.
Can he go down onto the ball? Not quite. I love the ambition from everyone on Complexity right now. Razebull,
oh, he's got it!
What a pass! Oh my god, yes sir! Yes, sir.
Absolutely got it. You can see as soon as Razebull leapt to the air, he was going to be extra to it. The only question was how good would the redirect be? And the answer, absolutely perfect.
1 minute remaining. Team BDS had the lead for so long in the game. They must have thought they had a great chance to win. The bump.
Oh no.
On the back line.
What a save.
With a masterful recovery.
Yeah, he was bumped to oblivion, then came back in time for tea. Now we have Monkey Moon going. He's got
back in time for tea.
He and his team Complexity starting to build something up. He's got this read, you know, but Extra has as well. AGG's coming forward. It's so much time right now for Complexity. They're just letting the ball bounce into the perfect position before sending it anywhere.
Oh.
Really good play from Extra there. He had to slow that down. He did it brilliantly.
Monkey Moon, chance to shoot. Does find Razebull, marked by 8 with a chance, but again, the save from the man, the double. AJG removing Extra. Will alleviate some pressure, but Mark!
We don't have boost. All right, cool.
The net of Complexity, but just can't quite make it there.
Like a bucking bronco, just desperate to get up to that ball as quickly as possible.
Did you say like a fucking bronco? No.
Booming towards the goal. Here's Extra. Shad's missed that one. Extra trying to get the dunk right now on Razebull and does well. A bit of boost starvation coming in from Team BDS with 6 seconds left. Mark B, where's your pass? Monkey Moon.
AJ.
Where is the communication from Team BDS? Complexity are going to see it away, and we are going to have a third overtime.
Complexity. Let's go. Come on.
Complexity needing this win to go through over the European behemoth of BDS, but with the game starting off.
Oh, I was about to say, of course, that's a Rocket League way to go. Right off kickoff.
Complexity, they're having to show someone what a clearance that is yet again from Razebull. Been a theme this whole time. Extra's touch isn't perfect. Let's in Shad. Monkey Moon closes him down well. Both teams have had to defend so far in this overtime, and up to now, both teams have done the job.
Extra air dribbling out of deep. Did not get that memo. Shad can find one man on the right-hand side, but Monkey Moon clears it away himself. Onto the backboard. Can he get the double?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Cleared away by Raiseball, and now BDS again back to the drawing board. Can they be more successful this time?
I mean, Mark by 8 could have done so much more with that ball right there. He had 100 boost, and he just booms it into the corner. If that's
oh my God!
And what do I know? Extra skills.
No way, bro.
Game 5 between these two teams. Extra unchallenged. AJG just didn't jump onto that shot.
No, he didn't rotate back post, bro.
Game 5, and they've got to be very, very happy with themselves about it. I'm excited to see what exactly happens with the faces of BDS here.
Bro.
I'm thinking, oh boy,
No way.
that one, or are they just like, no, you know what? That's it. We did it. We got the dub. We don't care how it happens.
They will be convincing themselves right now that that is the most dominant performance.
No way, bro.
They are brilliant. We are BDS. We are unbeatable. We are the best team here. This
What is this?
nothing on us. Look at goals like that. You know, look at that. See, look, they believe. They have always believed, even in their lowest form.
I like that they all turned to face each other.
Yeah,
to do that as well. They're not just in their own heads. They're not thinking, cool, that was my performance. It was, you know, me and Extra ignoring Mark. It wasn't Mark thinking, oh, that was me and Monkey Moon, you know. They all turned central. As I think it was Gregan on the desk saying that they've got Extra in the middle to be that linking man. To turn towards him and for everybody to celebrate, that is a great team atmosphere. Game 5, driven by Ford, driven by nothing less than sheer dominance by both of these teams. It's going to be big.
Who takes the first goal in the deciding game? The first match of the Swiss, getting off to a good start, just takes so much pressure off you. And that is what both of these teams are fighting for right now. Mark by 8 takes it to the side ball, and Monkey Moon, he and him, they get in each other's way a little bit, but it's worked out in the end. Look at Monkey Moon closing things down. It seems that Team BDS are approaching that phase of the series where they speed up.
Yeah, and that is a terrifying place to be at, with a freight train barreling towards you. How do you deal with it? Complexity? I think they're about to show us, though. Sent long from AJG, finds Extra back wall with 15, and the boost stolen from Raiseball. Complexity, it's their time to shine.
Complexity, a team that, don't forget, won a deciding game, a game 7 no less, just to be here. So they have been in this situation before with the stakes as high as they are right now. Great pass from Monkey Moon to Mark by 8. Early shot, but it's saved by Raiseball.
Raiseball jumping in the way of AJG there.
Oh!
Look at that go!
Oh my goodness.
The demo on Extra, but he can't quite get the ball past that defender either, and so the shot doesn't manage to come out. But as Raiseball a second ago, just diving in front of AJG just to get the ball towards the corner rather than over towards the central area. A much better position defensively to go.
AJG beating Mark by 8 for pace and then trying to do the same for Extra, but Extra tees it up for Monkey Moon to go down the line. As always, Monkey Moon seems to have 3 seconds more on the pitch than anybody else to get that extra touch. Now it's Shad, though. This is what it comes to, a complexity chance. Extra tries to keep behind that ball, but it's too good a first.
Oh, what a touch.
Touch from AJG. Monkey Moon just waiting for it, but that's a quick reminder for Complexity, just the angles they can force on the ball.
AJG bumping Monkey Moon away from that jump as well, just meant that BDS can't work their way out of the blue-hued half.
AJG beats Extra to the ball, all ends up, and then there's a miss, there's a chance here.
Oh, come on.
Mark by 8. Bad defending from BDS until Mark by 8 steps up.
Somewhat tentative, I feel, on the BDS side of things, where they're going for some saves, and, you know, they're getting to the ball, but convincingly to send it long, a little bit rarely, but BDS, they're still here in this Game 5 alongside Complexity, so who am I to judge?
Here's Shad. He goes solo. Monkey Moon's already up. Good idea from him to attack it quick. He almost gets a touch. Oh my goodness, there was a second BDS player that also almost got a touch. Then a great pass from AJG to Raiseball, which Monkey Moon charges down. Raiseball has Shad in the center. He's going to find him. He's
oh my
He's going to score it as he knows.
Bro.
We're still at 0-0.
No way, bro.
Not playing ball this time as Extra clearing it away. That is a deep breath, I feel, for Complexity. They had the chance, they had the moment. Extra feeling like he had his. Crossbar. Everything decided by pixels.
Here's Monkey Moon. He wants to get this done. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. From Complexity. AJG.
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro.
Moves it to the corner, and Team BDS are going to have to come again.
Extra working his way out of that back half with the demo coming in from Mark on Raiseball. It opens up the shooting opportunity.
Raiseball's up.
From Monkey
right,
and Extra.
AJ.
Leaves Mark to be able to shoot. AJG, corner bound with 50 boost. What can he work with?
He's got a little bit of boost. He's picked some up, but Raceball is the person that it falls to the backboard. He goes, wants to get a bump on Mark by 8.
Oh, this is going to give me a heart attack.
Let that happen. And now Extra sends it long. Really, really good end-to-end game here right now in game number 5. Will experience tell us stuff you predicted.
We said at the start, this was a battle of the low scorers, and they're doing it again. A 0-0 in this 5th game. Just going along with tradition at this point.
Raceball, he's got a chance here for the ceiling. He's not quite got it. It's saved by Team BDS again. All 3 of them happy to get involved, as long as that ball does not end up in the blue.
Yeah.
Raceball goes long, but Extra on that halfway line wants nothing to do with it. Monkey Moon, can he clear it past Shad? No, but the ball falling to Mark by 8 makes it dangerous.
All right, here we go, here we go.
Under a minute till we potentially have another overtime.
Monkey Moon is getting more and more sway on this ball. He's getting some clean touches, able to bend it to his wing.
Nice.
But his teammate Mark by 8 is in there next. Wants to just get on this ball as quickly as possible. Shad has already been beaten. Raceball there was calling to action. Here's Monkey Moon.
No. Oh, thank God.
Diving in front of the ball, manages to clear it away, but AJG into the blue half. Extra picks it up with 100 boost. He's an artist, but he gets removed early from his chance.
Monkey Moon now, another second touch really, maybe. There's a shot from Mark by 8. It's an own goal. Right at the death. Perhaps BDS have won it right there.
With the touch fake from Monkey Moon, it leaves Mark to hit it alongside.
Bro.
Gosh, Complexity. That's not a head in hands moment. You need your eyes wide open. There's blood in the water for BDS. You need to
Come on, Complexity, bro.
Complexity. They know that they can score from these situations, but so can BDS. They can win it. They can be ruthless when they have to, but here's Shad to the backboard. Monkey Moon, what a defensive touch when the pressure is at its highest, and there's his old teammate Extra following it up.
Extra has to clear this long, but with Shad going high, it falls to Monkey Moon. 0 seconds. Magic has to be done for Complexity to win it here with a pinch high and Mark on low boost. It does leave it open.
Oh, bro. No.
Is unbeatable.
The online era was theirs, and now the first land back begins of a return to the perfection we once associated them with.
Damn, bro.
Begin their Swiss with a return to the good old days. They've won their first series against Complexity.
At Game 5, though, that is a terrifying place to be in. If you are any of the teams going through, even with a win, that puts you as one of the lower seeds theoretically.
Dang,
if there's not a 3-0 team, they might need to be facing off against Complexity here. Or, ultimately, BDS in that 1-0 bracket now. Complexity's performance in that game was phenomenal.
It was a really good start, but the winners, they are Team BDS, the serial winners.
Dang, man.
The online era started, and now we are here together in person. They can stare their opponents dead in the eyes and say, we will not choke on LAN.
That shot from Shad that goes off the crossbar.
So close.
Oh, that's
close. These defensive efforts
such a tough way
were
to...
huge. But the winning goal falls down to Raceball getting a touch on it.
Look at that.
Monkey Moon's so animated and screaming at his
so
teammates.
literally
It's hard. It's
such a bad way to end it, or a tough way, man.
And BDS are the winners.
Yo, what's up, Dragon? How you doing, man?
First blood against North America, and we're
How's your
going
day
to
going?
so much more about it after the break.
Man, bro. So tough. So tough, man.
It's me, hero of horsepower.
All right, guys. That's gonna be it for me, though. I'm gonna probably go grab something to eat. To pick up my fiance from work. But yeah, day 1 of Rlcs, bro, does not disappoint. Does not disappoint at all. But yeah, I hope y'all guys enjoyed the stream. And all the new people that were in the stream and watched it and stuff like that. Thank y'all guys so much. If you're new, if you're not subscribed yet, please do. It will help me out so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all guys next time. It's your boy Tommy, aka Boxule, and I hope all y'all guys have a lovely day. I'm out. Peace.